Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
And a couple of them really timely. Over the middle, this is Kittle, and what an adjustment. Boy, he's as good as ever at 32 years old. End zone. Robinson for the touchdown. What an answer.
Barnes with time. Now the pocket collapsing, and he is dropped. Buda Paletti, his fourth sack of the season. Barnes didn't see the pressure coming. Gavin Barfield got there, his first sack of the season. Into coverage, what a throw, and what a catch. It's landed right.
All the time. You know, I talk to my group about chasing edges, right? We're trying to find those edges wherever they are, whether that's in the meeting room of how we can be better, how we can take a step there. If it's in warm-ups or walkthroughs or stretch lines, we're chasing edges like in everything we're doing. We understand that, you know, there's a prerequisite to be here, but then we gotta go, you know, further than that. And so sometimes I use the acronym of climbing, you know, committing to the process, laying it on the line every day, investing in the details, making an impact, and being the best version of ourselves. So we're climbing in everything we do, and that's on the field, that's off the field, that's in the classroom. And I think that you will be successful if you kind of have that mindset on and off the field.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What's up, DB?
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? That's not a convincing answer.
Nah. That's all I had to be here. So you know how sometimes like you hear somebody say something and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So far, and it's early, he talks like that in real life.
Who?
Coach Manning.
Oh, yeah.
He, you know, so he's one guy I spent a ton of time watching.
Okay.
And so I watched him. I watched D-Line. I watched Coach Simpson. Coach Rhule snapped at me talking about he doesn't need any former not so experts critiquing his drills. He said it loud enough for me to hear. I said, "You're childish." Nah. I think he was talking to Micah though. But he talks like that, and it's weird because those can be non-negotiables that I'm talking about. Right? If that, just say you use that acronym, like if that's in your room and that's what you talk about, that's a standard setter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who did we talk to yesterday when I almost jumped out of the chair doing cartwheels? That was talking about non-negotiable. Was it Kugler talking about a coach?
Yeah, Kugler.
Was he talking about Liam?
He was talking about either Liam or Ben Johnson because we were talking about the coordinators and what guys
in their room.
Yeah, and what guys like jumped out to him.
And I was like,
and he brought it up unprompted. He goes, yeah, there's non-negotiables in the room about, and it was, and you kind of did your cheerleader thing, and we're excited about it.
I don't need you to do that.
Oh, my bad.
I don't.
It's exciting.
You said cartwheels. I thought
I could do cartwheels.
I used to be able to. I don't think I can anymore.
Yeah, I can. My neck is super poor.
Really?
Oh yeah, your boy.
What'd you do?
I mean, my neck is sore. Ain't no telling where or how I'm sleeping. It's just like,
I thought the question was more if we're sleeping.
We're short.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're about. Do I look like
you look fine? I just normally when you start to like, well, I don't know, it's you didn't get a lot of sleep.
What happened? About 310. We have a little village at our house that has lights on it.
Oh yeah,
it lights up, and I can't figure out how to turn it off.
Like a little Christmas village thing, or
yeah. I wanted to take a baseball bat to it last night.
Well, don't do that.
I don't have so. Not that if I did, I would. I don't have any bats in my house.
Really?
I have two in my bat bag.
Oh, so you don't have any softball bats?
There's a Shane-sized club by my headboard.
Yeah,
but that's about it. But by the time if somebody's close enough where I need the golf club, I'm already in trouble.
Oh, like a golf? I was thinking like a billy club.
Well, I use it like that because it's for Shane size. Because you have to be able to swing one-handed.
Yeah. You got to for defense purposes.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Right.
I've thought about this before because like a lot of people keep a baseball bat or whatever, and I'm like, it's not super practical in like a self-defense situation, unless you're like choking up to halfway up the barrel anyway and kind of using it that way.
Yeah, I have to be able to use it one-handed.
Yeah, you got to.
So I practice the technique.
It's
a good morning though. I saw Scott and the fam. I hadn't seen him in like 2 weeks.
I'll say it seems like it's been a minute.
Well, the weather was so bad.
Scott says now if you were playing in the senior softball league, you would have a bat ready.
Oh, is he in already?
Yeah, he hopped in.
So I wonder how he does that. He can't be home.
He probably's listening on his phone.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't walk. When's the last time you've been in school hallways?
Not recently. Not full.
This poor lady the other day in the airport, after I dropped Ryder off, she's literally like walking with her head down. I'm like, you remind me of the kids in high school. Like, how do you not run into anything?
No, they do run into stuff. It just doesn't bother them that much. TK says handguns, guys.
Oh, I know. I am so tempted.
I thought about getting one with like the handprint safe or whatever, you know?
I am so tempted.
Because here's the
my barber's, he's gonna talk me into it. He has 2.
Yeah.
And he carries 1.
Yeah.
Because he has this permit. And it came up again in my stop class.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't know. I would pick guns over motorcycles.
In terms of like things to learn?
Yeah. Although he's on the bike riding unit. Like that's what he does.
That doesn't surprise me.
So it's like, I won't say never. I don't think I could ever be a motorcycle guy.
I'm not a motorcycle guy at all.
And I would really, really, really work on my temperament to be a concealed carry guy.
I don't think I'd do a concealed carry, but like Natasha trap shoots, right? So like there's guns in the house.
Yeah,
and we don't have kids, so it's not as
my pest control guy would be my friend again if I went out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I told you he was so disappointed when I didn't answer his question correctly.
He's
like, what a gump. That's what I think he was thinking.
You're like,
I was like, nah, but I'll go out there and walk.
Go ahead and get back to doing what you were doing. Isn't he the one that said that?
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you go back to what you were doing?
He goes, never mind. Go on.
Yeah.
Hey, I said, how you get waved off in your own house? Oh, actually, I know how, but
I saw it.
How does a stranger wave you off in your own house? No, so I don't know. I think they're fascinating, but you know what sent me back? I was ready.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to take these steps. I'm around Zoe. I'm dropping her off all these things are going through my mind.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm taking her to the airport or when we're together or whatever. And I'm like, this little girl's going to force me to learn how to shoot. And then I told you about this. It's not funny.
The way you said it was a little funny.
You think the weirdest things are funny.
But
then I told you when I saw Colin's eye from the scope with the perfect stitches.
Yeah.
Because the recoil got him. I was like, see, this too much can go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to have a scope on a handgun probably.
No. I Googled.
And you're all the way out here,
so
you're not going to have
various days about what I would like. And I don't know, man. I need I need everything to be automatic. Because I don't know how to do anything, and I don't see very well.
Yeah, well, that could be. You should go to an eye doctor.
I can see far away, though. I got no problem seeing far away.
You should go to an eye doctor before you purchase a handgun.
Did I tell you about the flight attendant?
No.
Oh, man, this was so DB.
You told me one of the, I think, ladies at the desk was the aunt of one of your.
D-Ray's aunt.
Yeah.
And she, oh, my nephew, he loves you. She said, Benning, you coach. You that coach. Anyway. So leading up to this deal, I was kind of studying. I had printed out some things, and I was like, well, you can do this. You can get a pass. I want to be able to go back and board with her.
Yeah.
But I wanted a female.
Oh, to walk with her or whatever?
Yeah. And so I didn't know up until you get there. So the guy that I was helping at the counter, I was like, hey, unaccompanied minors, are they going first and this, that, and the other? The boarding pass is this, but do we do this? So he was totally my boy, right?
Yeah.
And so they called for, the passengers and people in wheelchairs and stuff. And so I'm down on a knee and I'm saying goodbye to Zoe and everybody's watching me because they're all lined up at Southwest. I'm like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. You guys, we'll go up in there, man. Hang in there. They're like, he's the two dudes. One guy's blind. He's got kind of blind. He's got these crazy glasses on with a service dog, and he's consoling me. And I was like, shoot, man, it should be just the other way. You look miserable, but that's what I was thinking. I didn't say it.
Don't say that.
So when the attendant comes back to get her, it's the dude.
Yeah.
That I was talking to at the counter. And I was like, oh, man, can you not hear me say this? I go, oh, man. I said, are you it? This dude looked at me like, boy, didn't I just help you? Didn't I just walk you through everything about 30 minutes ago? Now you're hitting me with, am I it?
You're like, this is what I get?
I said it just on instinct. And I was so disappointed. And she looked at me. I looked at him. I was crushed.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I got it, sir. And I was like, can I walk? He said, no. This is as far as you can go. And I was like, oh, he ain't having it.
No.
I said, you're it?
Yeah, I thought we were boys. Probably were until you were like, oh, you're what I get?
Yeah.
That's it?
Speaking of boys, did Jacob end up staying in the lower bowl?
Yeah. He went up to get food, and then he went down to get to his lower bowl section.
Where was everybody? I know. You could hear there's promos all over the place to get tickets during this stretch.
It's possible Utah Tech was not the hottest ticket in town.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Neither was Creighton for a bunch stretch there.
I mean, it's a class. That's how it goes.
I know. I mean, you saw the Nebraska, North Dakota. I get. I've seen. Listen, I remember like North Texas from 14. I understand this is the problem game. That's why they schedule Utah Tech and not anyone with a pulse. But like,
how was your attention? Were you good with Creighton? And
no, I was paying way more attention to the 49ers because it was Utah Tech. So I was much more locked in on the Niners.
That's a shame that team could not win the division.
The 49ers?
That might be one of the better teams to not win a division.
Yeah. And
because the Rams' schedule is cow manure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they play the losers of the losies.
I am actually weirdly proud of this 49ers team because they've gone through a lot this year.
They have all sorts. Now they can't. They're civvy. They can't stop a soul.
No, they'll make some havoc plays to try and make up for it. Like they've got some explosive ability on defense.
But they can't rush the passer.
Not consistently. No, they cannot. No.
So I don't know about them in the playoffs.
I don't either. But like, I'm really proud of how this season's gone.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm adorable.
I'm proud. Hey guys, I'm proud of you.
Why not? It's okay to be proud of people.
No,
they don't know me and I don't know them, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Can I say something positive?
It's like when you maybe proud's not the word you would use, but you see teams where you're like, hey man, they're resilient. I kind of gravitate.
Yeah, I've
towards
said that to adults and had to explain that I'm not being weird.
I don't care if I'm being weird. I'll say what I mean. If you think I'm weird,
say it with your chest.
That's right. Like if I'll be like,
I had a coach that used to say that.
Hey, I'm proud of you. It's
then
all
he
good.
asked me to bring him his playbook. I was like, oh.
I'm just trying to be.
Say it with your chest. No, I'm just playing. Don't say it with your chest. Actually, can you change your mind? I don't want to get cut. Can you change your mind? Say it with your chest. Oh, man, no. You don't have to say it with your chest.
You could just like whisper it if you didn't want. You don't have to.
Man, if it was like 15 years later and everything was electronic, I'd have spun the iPad at him. Take it.
You should be like, can I just get that as a text next time? I don't need to hear that out loud.
I had the 58-page 3-ring binder. No, yeah, I pretend to take it back.
Here you go.
Polly, it's like, here.
Nope, got it. Yeah.
It's fine. All right, so before your little Creighton Blue Jay extra hours hit with Jacob.
Yeah. I don't know. We're not doing one this week because we got a short week.
I told you guys you're going to win the next 5.
Did you say 4 or 5? Did you say 5?
I said 4 or 5 because I didn't want to take it past the break.
Yeah.
But then you looked at the schedule and you're like, why not?
No, I agreed with you. The one that I couldn't remember if you included or not was Seton Hall.
They'll beat Seton Hall too.
I couldn't remember if you included them. That's why I couldn't remember 4 or 5. I don't know what Seton Hall is. I don't know what to do with that.
The conference is
down.
Is dog poop.
They're down. So you got the Xavier, Marquette, Utah Tech. That's 3. Seton Hall would be the 5th.
Hey, so at what point did the luster shine Larry tape his buns together Breakfast Club?
I don't know what any of those words in that sequence meant at all.
Shane, do you remember Larry Luster? Wasn't it Larry Luster? Who was? It was the guy Emilio Estevez taped his buns together in the locker room.
Because he thought it was funny.
I think his name was Larry. Was it Lester? Luster?
Just something like that, yeah.
Anyway, it's eons ago. But
I got nothing for you.
yeah, because you
totally
hate 80s comedy.
I don't like 80s, especially comedies. That's correct.
How can you go wrong with that movie? A Bender Christmas?
Yeah, banner year at the old Bender house.
What movie is that?
Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that movie.
Did I not say that?
Oh, yeah, I thought you meant like a sandwich. You said Breakfast Club, and I thought sandwich. I was like, oh, I've never had a Breakfast Club sandwich before. I swear to you. I swear to you. What was that?
Who was that?
It's Stewie.
No, you're being weird too.
Nah.
The weirdness is your fault.
I forgot the story now.
You know, you were talking about
anyway,
taping booty cheeks together for some reason.
No, I was not. It was in the movie.
Oh, okay.
I was giving a brief snippet.
Oh, okay.
Not interested.
How can you not like that movie?
I don't even use tape.
You big glue guy?
No.
Like Grant Gibbs or like Sam Hoiberg. Glue guys.
Thought you were going to get into that eating reference where you went off during the podcast segment about me eating glue.
Oh.
Oh, that was so funny.
I forgot about that.
I'm such a prick all the time. I can't remember my level of prickishness.
That's true.
Ravi?
It's hard to keep track. Got a lot going on up there.
Wow. It's cool. Anyway, back to Coach Manning. You could tell he's about that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as a like I can see why he's highly thought of as a recruiter.
Sure. Yeah.
Just because of his ability to reach kiddos.
Seems like there was a
he said, "Say, man, you walking into this place with your picture on the wall?" He said, "Is that weird?" Oh, who asked that? I just met you.
I like it. He's not afraid to say the weird thing.
Yeah, I told him that's why I don't come in here.
You should be like, yeah, I think Coach Rhule is trolling me.
He's like, listen, I've been here a little over a week, man. Like the details, man, the process. Like I can get with what's in the building. I said, okay, we need a couple more. It's all about the people in the building. Whether it's the student athletes or the staff.
I feel like there's been a theme of the hires.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's some commonality in those guys.
So I'm tweaking.
I'm tweaking. How's that go?
So I'm tweaking. I'm just tweaking, right? Tweaking.
You look like you got tased.
Is
Yes.
that what tweakers look like?
I don't know. I try not to spend a lot of time around tweakers. I usually walk the other way. I'm like, I'm cool. See ya.
Like that, like, ugh. So I'm tweaking. I'm just tweaking, right? Tweaking.
You're just like, nah, I'm going to go over here. Oh, that's where people are tweaking? I'm cool. I'm going to go this way.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm not as empathetic as you, DB. So, like, you probably like walk over and be like, hey, can I help you out? Is there anything I can do? And I'm like, you guys stay over there. I'll go this way. And
Yeah.
never the
No, that's ridiculous.
Hey, can I just say this real quick? Maybe Scott's a better guy to ask because he's in the neighborhood.
TK said they do look like that, so you nailed it.
Oh, see, when TK's not killing me over text, he's very supportive. Thank you. What is he again? What did we call him when we got into primordial dwarfism yesterday?
He's naturally leveraged.
Naturally leveraged.
Naturally leveraged.
Yeah, naturally leveraged. Have you Shane, does anybody – so can I say this? The gas stations along 108th between Harrison and L.
Okay, yeah. There's a bunch of them.
They're very clientele specific. Have you noticed?
In what sense?
Like you're gonna see more certain people at certain ones of the. It's a Quick Trip, a QT, a Mega Saver.
There's a Casey's
and a Casey's, right?
Yeah.
They all have kind of their niche deal. So, Mike, before I get myself in trouble, I'm gonna go to Shane because he's a gas station guy. Shane, when you go to the gas station to get your snacks,
which I did today,
Is there a place that you like in particular, and why?
There's two different places I like. Probably Convenience the most, but I mean the people that work there. That's
Who?
The people.
At where?
I said there's two places that I go to.
Okay, can you say the name or no? They may hit us up.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the one's called that I normally go to. It's the one down on 108th, and it's like I'm not sure what it's called, but there's a Casey's down the street there that I go to as well.
Shane, how long you lived in Omaha?
25 years.
You go to the same 7 places, right?
Yeah.
108th and what?
It's just right down 108th and
I quit. Anyway, why do you pick that place?
Convenience and the people that work there. You stopped me at people before, so.
Okay, convenience. Like you like the spacing in the aisles, or
I like
you like
the-
where the juice is, or what?
Convenience just as in proximity to where I live.
Okay. So what's wrong with the place directly across from where you live?
That is hard to get across the
Because
street.
you have to go across the
You have
street.
to go and you have to wait for the light, and then you have to come back across the street again.
Okay. So
that's my favorite place to go to.
is it, so it's not because they have particular things, it's the people.
The people, yeah.
Okay, what about you? You're a gas station guy too.
Yeah, so cleanliness is really, really high on the, like if I walk into a
Have
place.
you noticed a different, like, in clientele?
Yeah, I tend to go to the same couple because of the cleanliness, so I don't have the, like, I'm not gonna go, I don't generally go to a couple of them.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the, like, I don't think they're as clean.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't go to those ones. So I don't have as wide of a variety of sampling.
Yeah.
But it does seem like there's the same type of people in the same ones I go to every time.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a gas station specific thing or like a part of town thing. Like, hey, I'm in this part of town, you get this clientele. I'm in this part of town, you get different clientele.
That's why it's just kind of using these as an example.
Yeah, because they're all right in a row.
They're all in the same area.
But I only go to,
you know, some people go to some places because of the donuts or the type of slush or the squirts. They
so
get
I
in the
will
espresso.
say I like the slices of pizza at the couple places that I go. I'll get those every once in a while.
Really?
That's about the only thing I'll make a distinction on food wise. I don't eat a ton of gas.
Gas is last.
I mean, if I'm going in, usually my trips inside and my trips to get gas are separate.
Yeah, because you go to the gas station to get something much more frequently than you get gas.
Correct. Yeah. Usually, if I'm getting gas, like I'm getting gas and I'm going, and I'm usually like on the way somewhere, so I'm not taking time to go in. I usually don't leave enough time for both, if I'm being honest.
I understand. I'm just curious.
I think you may go to the gas stations more than any of us, because you get ice there all the time, right?
Not anymore. I go to Costco now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I used to.
You used to go to gas stations like a couple times, like every other day, basically.
Every 2-3.
Yeah,
for sure.
So 114th.
So where did you pull 108th from?
Between 100, or it's off 114th between Davenport and Burke. It's the Amico.
I know what you're talking about.
Is that? But it's not called an Amico. It's called something else, like
it's right
an
across
Eddie's or
the
something
street
like
from
and
Burgers.
Yeah, and it's changed names like 8 times. in the last
that's a
10 years.
That's
I know
a
where that one is.
great gas convenience store.
It is, but it's changed names like 10 times.
wasn't it a Fantasies for a while?
Something like that, yeah.
So the only reason I know about that place is it used to be a Phillips 66.
Yeah, I think that's when it was the convenience store was the fantasy part. It wasn't when it was a Phillips
I used to
66.
use a Phillips card.
I think it's a Maverick now.
So I have yet to be in one of those.
I haven't either. I've seen several, but I think it's a Maverick now.
Yeah. I thought of you the other day.
Why is that? I'm sure that was distressing to you.
I gotta kind of tell this story. So I had to take a lift,
Okay.
and my Lyft driver was not from here.
Mm-hmm.
And she rubbed me the wrong way to begin with because there were plenty of places for her to stop at the location I was, but she went all the way around the corner.
Okay.
So I had to walk to her a fair
Oh,
amount.
I don't like that.
And so I was I'm feeling some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in the car, and has this thick accent. And, she, I asked her, it's like, oh, from such and such and such and such. And I can't remember what she said. It wasn't Afghanistan. It was something Kazakhstan. It was. It made me think of Frost. I don't
One
know.
of the other stands.
It was something like that.
Tajikistan.
And so the only thing that prompted me to ask further questions is she took the super scenic route. I mean, she took like 24th to Q to the interstate access. Then she got off on 84th and went to Harrison. I'm like, why are you going this way? And she backed in my driveway, which was super weird. But short story long, I said, oh, yeah. I know of said place. And she goes, oh, are you military? And I was trying to kill the conversation, and I was like, sure. Like, I wasn't even being, I was like, sure. It's dark. She can't see me. And she goes, by the time we got home, or the time that I got to my house, she was telling me about how some of her people, you're going to laugh.
I'm ready.
Some of her family run, yep, Mega Marts, Mega Savers. I was like, I staggered getting out of the car. I was laughing so hard. I go, you don't say. All I could do was think of you. She started going into detail, and I was like, oh, my partner's, he's told me. I'm well aware. And I didn't believe you.
It's a family business. That's all I've said. It's a family business. That's all.
I laughed for 5 minutes.
So my wife actually really likes those places because they have different snacks in there. They've got some like weird Eastern European, Western Asian snacks in there that she likes a lot.
Yeah.
And so she'll like go out of her way to find those places.
Dude, the one on 144th and Blondo was fire.
They just redid that one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like brand new.
So when I lived on that side of town, I mean, and you wanted like a knockoff pretty good gyro.
Yeah.
That was the spot.
Yeah, she gets like they do something with jars or pickles, or I don't remember. There's something that Natasha likes that I
Can you I wish you could look up, like, reinvestigate the route she took.
It doesn't show on your app. It might.
Well,
it might show on your Lyft app.
I'm like, who does this?
I don't remember. Yeah, it was it's a nice family-owned business.
Yeah, man, I was in tears.
That's no, I don't. So their food selection isn't generally what I go for, and so like I like the Casey's pizza. I like the QT pizza.
Can I ask one more question?
Always
for our stream, since this is a sports show.
Yeah, of course.
Or are you asking me?
Does anybody win when people sit down and play those games?
Oh, like the slots?
Yeah.
I don't know. I do see people play them
all the time.
Also, I'm wondering,
and it doesn't matter the time of the day. I see it at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Isn't that wild?
You know, I've never
Are they winning?
I've never thought if somebody was winning. I have thought to myself, like, did you come here just to do that? Or were you like, hey, I've got 10 extra minutes while I'm getting gas. Let's play some slots. Like, how do you end up in that spot?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm typically
could be a lunch break for somebody.
And
if they work across the street.
And I much rather talk to strangers that don't recognize me than just in general public.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Right?
You just don't like when people know who you are.
I do want to ask, though.
Like, hey, what are you doing? Have you won yet? Is that what you want to ask? You just want, have you won yet?
Yeah. Like, I just want to say, do you win? The one guy that I wanted to ask the other day, I had to go by there to get, I wanted some trail mix, and it kind of backs up into that aisle.
Yeah.
And I felt like I gave myself away because I was going to walk through where his back was to the aisle, and I was like,
what were you sniffing?
I was like, pass.
Oh, you don't want to talk to that guy?
Pass. I mean, huh. I mean, if my man used degree, they were varying. I was like, whoa. And so when he looked at me, he's like, you need to get by. And I was like, no, I'm good. I said, I'm just, I don't quite know do I want the spicy or the Cajun?
Yeah.
And the guy at the front, he's like, oh, we got the good ones on the other side. I was like, my man, Matt Coatney, you betcha.
Bailing you out.
Yeah. I was just curious.
I
need to do some studies on gas station life.
I would have to imagine.
Do you know who always wins at those phony fake slot things?
I don't want to know if they're. I don't know if they're phony or fake. I don't make any allegations.
So you heard me talk about JL, John?
Yeah.
He does. He wins all the time.
Really?
Yes. We would travel and we would take a stop and he would put something in those machines and he would always win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark says he won $200 off one of those machines at a gas station once.
That's crazy. So how do they pay you?
I don't know. Like on a card, maybe? I don't know. Because if you go to the casino, I don't know how all of them work, but a lot of them don't do like the coins anymore. It's like all on a card, right? So it like just reloads your rewards card or whatever. I don't know how it works at the gas station ones.
Yeah.
I've never.
He said they hand you money. TV, do they?
Maybe. Like if you're under
that wasn't even that funny.
I was laughing at something else.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane here for Headley humor.
Because if you have like a scratch ticket, it's under a certain amount, or a lotto ticket, they'll pay you out cash right at the place. At least they used to. I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, they're not like carrying the 1.6 billy in the back or anything, but
Matt said, "Yeah, they hand you money." I must be really stupid. It's fine. Thank you guys. I appreciate you looking out for me.
Dank says, dude, if you buy a scratch ticket and scratch it in line, I will instantly see red. You have 30 seconds before I say something. I'm a menace in line.
See, but I can rock with that.
I don't think I've ever bought a scratch ticket.
See, that more people need to be like Dank. Because at least he needs other people to be as self-aware as he is.
Yeah, like me, I'm very self-aware.
You've seen those guys and gals that are like, play 10, give me back 4, put 2 on such and such.
I'm like, we're not doing it right now.
What are we doing? And like, are you being serious right now?
They said the machine prints a ticket and you give it to them. They hand you the cash after. I think he's talking about the slots.
Dude, we got some. Is there anything that our chat doesn't know?
I think somebody in our chat knows everything.
Right.
Like, there's a good chance if we have a question, there's somebody who has some level of expertise. Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought a scratch ticket. I've had them given to me as like stocking stuffers or whatever. I don't think I've personally ever bought a scratch ticket.
Did you see what Giblet said? He just hit my pet peeve.
Oh, people on speakerphone in line.
Dude,
yeah, speakerphone in public's a move. Like, I don't.
I hate to say where I was because I know you like the stereotype, but I was in St. Louis going through the airport.
What am I stereotyping? Big Cardinals fans?
And
appreciate all the players you're signing us, by the way.
The speakerphone thing was alive and kicking. And it's like 5:51 in the morning.
I'm just going to say, I know it wasn't my people because they always have the annoying Bluetooth 100% of the time.
I'm like,
you need people like me.
Why? It's okay if you wheel your luggage with one hand and hold the phone with your other two.
You got to keep it out here.
Why?
You got to keep it out here and be like, oh, no, what's going on?
Wait, who?
What is going on?
Hemina?
What you just said.
I didn't have any words, so I just mumbled.
Start like the beginning of a prayer.
Whose?
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Oh,
I told you, if it's my people, we got the Bluetooth in 100% of the time. If you ever see an Indian man walking around and he doesn't have a Bluetooth in, you ask him if he's okay. Ask him if Shane like that one. Ask him if he's there against his will. What happened? Because 100% of the time they got the Bluetooth in.
Yeah, the speakerphone thing was killing me.
It is. So I'll do like, if there's nobody around, sometimes I'll do it. But the instant I see any person, I go to the ear.
All right. I just,
sometimes it gets a little annoying to be like,
I had to get all this out this morning.
No, it's good.
I think it's because I feel a little delirious. It's hot in here.
Well,
I think you should get a ticket, Scott. I think you should get a ticket for
you're exactly right.
Using speakerphone in public.
This is good that you got some things off your chest because you know what today is, right?
December 23rd.
It's Festivus.
Oh man, don't you start.
There's the airing of Grievances. So you got yours out.
Oh, I have lots.
Oh, we got a spot for it later.
Yeah. Are we doing that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I ask one more question before we actually maybe get into sports?
I can't imagine that's going to happen at any point today, but go ahead.
Is there anything that's like must watch during this break? Like, are you a Christmas movie guy?
I will watch some Christmas movies.
Shane?
Not so much. I mean, there's a couple that I like, but not
You're
really.
just gonna cozy on up and read some new comics?
Yeah.
Howard the Duck?
Yeah, probably Christmas issue.
I so believe you.
No, there's a couple. So my wife grew up watching White Christmas. So that's,
of course.
Why is that?
Well, nobody makes movies called Black Christmas.
There actually is a movie called Black Christmas.
Is it a horror?
It is a horror movie.
Shocker. Black is bad.
I didn't name it, nor did I make it, nor have I watched it. I will say not a lot of cultural diversity in Bing Crosby's White Christmas. It does age pretty well, though. I was expecting it to be way more.
You're sitting through White Christmas?
Every year. It's her favorite Christmas movie, so we watch it every year.
Yeah, but a lot of that probably goes back deep, like decades. For a lot of people that watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
she's not that old.
She watched it when she was a kid, though.
That's what I
so
mean.
it's
When
like
they watch it when they were a kid or whatever.
It's very nostalgic.
Nostalgic, yeah.
I'm with you, TK. I like Charlie Brown Christmas because now on my TikTok, everybody's doing that dance.
Yeah, my mom really likes Charlie Brown Christmas, so we do Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, then we do Charlie Brown Christmas on Christmas.
That's the jam. I love that show. That was my brother's jam.
Terrence, I don't think they do have any house cleaners in that or butlers in that movie. I don't. He says White Christmas probably has some house cleaners or butlers when I talked about cultural diversity. He said that. I did not. I'm answering. I believe the only person that does any cleaning in that movie is a former.
Yep, Headley. I'm embarrassed to admit I practiced it too.
Is a former general, and he's white.
The Charlie Brown dance. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's everybody's doing.
I haven't seen it. I really haven't,
dude. It is fantastic. You just have to have loose legs.
Yeah, got dead legs. No, so we'll do that.
I watched. So all those claymation ones are on. Like yesterday Rudolph was on in the daytime.
So I liked Rudolph a lot when I was a kid. The claymation one.
I don't think you can make that now. They were totally discriminating against dude.
And I don't know why his voice was like this. He's like, "Oh, she said I was cute. She said I was cute."
And it's like, ding. It's like Rudolph.
How does that go?
That was his voice. It was nasally and wimpy. They made it seem like a gump.
Well, they gotta.
I was like, oh, they're kicking the kid out with the red nose.
They gotta play up the sympathy factor, so you feel bad for him.
It's one of the few early movies where it was cool to have a black nose.
I like the claymation ones when I was a kid.
With like Klaus and had the metal robots.
Yeah, I don't remember the metal robots.
I like the Heat Miser, Cold Miser one.
Yeah, that one's good.
Is that the Year Without Santa Claus?
I don't remember what that one's from.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. You don't remember that one?
I know that one. I just don't remember what movie that's from.
Shane, that's all you got?
The Year Without Santa Claus.
I can tell you that was in Batman and Robin because Arnold was singing that song because he was Mr. Freeze.
That was not a good version.
Not helpful at all, Shane. It is The Year Without Santa Claus.
Well, does this help?
See the little legs.
My family really likes Muppet Christmas Carol.
So that one's great. I like that one.
Muppet Christmas Carol is pretty good. It's a very faithful retelling of the.
If you're gonna go cartoons, you got to go Grinch and you got to go Frosty. Those are the two best.
So why is the Grinch so popular now?
I don't like the Grinch that much.
That's weird.
That's popular. Or I don't like it.
That you don't like it. You have some similarities.
Maybe a lot of people don't like to watch themselves on screen. So.
Why is the Grinch is everywhere?
Mm-hmm. Well, they've made like 8 of them, so I think it's just always kind of recycling.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey one.
I rock with the Grinch though.
It's fine. It's fine.
The cartoon was just on.
So there's like a newer cartoon now too, like a relatively recent one. I think it's got Doctor Strange is one of the voices. I think he's the Grinch.
The guy that played Doctor
Yeah,
Strange?
Benedict Cumberbatch, I think. Is that his name, Shane?
Yes.
I have no idea.
He plays one of the I think he plays the Grinch.
Yeah, you need to go back and watch that Rudolph, because it probably wouldn't. You had the manly coach reindeer with the baseball hat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Coach such and such, and I'm here to turn you into. I was like, oh, that's a stereotype.
I thought you liked stereotypes. No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Although I will admit, they typically do come from someplace fairly real.
They didn't come up on their own usually. That's all I'll say. Like Indian men and their Bluetooth.
What was that prayer you were saying?
How about
Yeah, all right.
What? What happened?
I suppose we'll take a break before we start. Sports.
And I will admit this. I did watch both the first two.
Home Alones?
Yeah, Home Alones.
Robbie hates
like a couple
Home
of weeks
Alone.
ago.
I don't hate Home Alone. I just don't. It's not my thing. It's not like I hate A Christmas Story.
There's a lot of kids screaming, and it was a little too much. But
yeah, I don't like that.
Get past that, it's fine.
Wait, where? Oh, in the house when they were getting ready to pack?
Yeah, early in the movie when they're all in the house together. What?
I mean, it's 6 minutes. You'll get it back.
Will I? That's 6 minutes of my life. I don't have to listen to children screaming. That's a win. No,
are you a 1 or a 2 guy, Shane?
The second one I thought was better because he was older, a little bit more mature, a little smarter.
I don't know.
That's the abandoned condo and the hot oil and the feathers one.
Yeah.
He lit the rope on fire.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the second one. If I'm being honest, I think I've only seen the first one, the first Home Alone. Which again, I don't mind. I hate A Christmas Story. I don't
like. I can't put my arms down. Christmas Story.
The BB gun and the pink bunny outfit. Hate that movie.
Yeah, it's not a good show.
I hate that movie.
It has like 6 good parts.
Yeah, I can't stand that movie. I think it's terrible. I didn't like watching it when I was a kid. I don't like watching it now. I don't understand why you would play it for 24 straight hours.
It was the soap.
Oh,
Ralphie boy.
I think it's terrible. I think everybody in that movie sucks. There's nobody that I root for in that movie. I think they're all a-holes.
Wow.
I hate that movie.
Dude, that is you sat on that for a second.
Oh, I hate
that. Very hurt right now.
Hate that movie.
You're gonna be all right.
I don't like Christmas Vacation, but that's mostly a Chevy Chase thing. I don't like Chevy Chase.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
the one where the Christmas tree burned up with the cat and the turkey exploded.
Yeah, that one's goat though.
It's okay.
I don't like anything with Chevy Chase in it. I find it almost impossible to watch. I don't think he's funny. I don't think he's ever been funny. Not a Chevy Chase guy at all.
And Edna was funny.
I've seen that movie once, ever.
She was in Vacation, the first one.
No, it was
she died in that one.
It got drug out a little, but that was funny.
Wow, spoilers on Aunt Edna dying. Thanks a lot, man. Jeez.
They only drove around with her on top of the car.
I mean, the brothers like stealing hubcaps and spray painting the station wagon was not all that funny, but very Chevy Chase-ish.
I didn't know Chevy Chase had brothers in that movie.
Yeah, it was a brief cameo.
Oh, it's a family business.
What did Chevy do to you?
He's unreasonably popular for how bad he is.
Well, I mean, they traveled across the United States, so you're going to run into a lot of different,
folks. There's no white hoodlums.
Apparently not where he traveled at.
Wow, Shane. Wow.
Wow.
Guess he went to the wrong gas stations.
Rocky IV. Rocky IV isn't a Christmas movie.
See, this is the thing that I'm going to air one of my grievances early.
Oh, boy.
Just because something happens in the winter doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
Maybe he's just being funny.
We do this
is weird.
All the time. All the time. They're like, oh, Die Hard's a Christmas movie because it happens to... No. That movie could happen anytime. It could have been a party at Nakatomi Plaza anytime we wanted.
At where plaza?
Nakatomi Plaza.
That
That's
was
the
the
name of the
plaza?
building.
Okay.
Yeah. It could have happened anytime. It could have been a 4th of July party. It could have been a going away party. It could have been anything at all. It just happened to be a party in the wintertime during Christmas. That's not a Christmas movie. Christmas movies have to have Christmas as a central plot point of the film. Otherwise, it's just a movie that happens in the winter. Stop doing that.
Tanner's out on Chevy Chase, too.
Yeah, Chevy Chase sucks.
Dude, the Mayor of Kingstown is fire. Even though So that's one of the few shows that I'll rock with where I can't stand the lead actor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a Renner guy.
Yeah.
But that show is
He's very hit and miss for me.
Legit.
Yeah. Very hit and miss for me.
Yeah, that's a great series.
I haven't seen that one, I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I make it through Renner.
Mm.
Shane, you a Renner guy?
Yeah, Jeremy's all right.
I like him in there's this very stupid comedy called Tag that I enjoy that he's in.
God, I almost said something.
Like you're it? That's the concept of Tag.
Yeah, Town was fantastic.
The Town's
Rowdy,
good.
I could watch that movie.
The Town's really good.
I sneak in at least 30 minutes when it's on all the time. That is a sensational show.
Good clips on TikTok too. Whenever they pop up.
Yeah.
You get any Town clips on TikTok?
Yeah, I get the one about
whose car we taking?
Whose car we taking? Yeah. Weird that would be on my algorithm. Not that I think that way.
We're gonna hurt some people. Whose car we taking?
I need to grow up.
I think you just need to like
coconut smile.
Chill out on the violent tendencies. I don't think Coke's gonna help that. That'll actually might ramp you up a little bit.
Understand though.
I don't. We for whatever the reason we bought a case of vanilla Coke. It will be in there another 2 months. We go on these weird
vanilla
by
Coke
we,
is
I
fire.
mean everybody in the house, not me. What? Oh, I bring it to you because
it's fire.
Vanilla
There's
Coke
no
is
statute.
Vanilla Coke is trash.
Must have been like on a humbug.
I don't like
We
flavor.
have Christmas Sprite cranberry.
I don't really like flavored sodas. Like besides their normal.
That's one of
flavor.
the best things taking it back to gas stations about going to a gas station is like Quick Trip.
You get your little secret pump.
You can go in there to the fountain and they have just a ton of stuff that you can get and you can make the pop the way you want it with the different syrups and all that kind of stuff. So
Big suicide guy, little energy rooster booster.
yeah, a little rooster booster, all that kind of stuff.
A little vanilla in there.
A little vanilla, a little cherry.
If I was
a little
gonna
peach,
just totally immerse myself in things that are terrible for me that I could drink that aren't distilled, it's gonna be cream soda or ginger ale.
I don't like cream soda.
Cream soda is sensational.
I'll mess around with root beer, but I'm not trying to do cream
Root
soda.
beer, you talk about overrated.
I like root beer.
Root beer sucks.
Keljam, I agree. Home Alone is not a Christmas movie.
plus
They could have gone on vacation anytime.
plus they have the crushed ice. Everybody loves the crushed ice. That is actually one of the selling points.
I ask you I ask you a normal question about gas stations, and it takes you 38 minutes to come back to it.
Well, you bring up cherry vanilla Coke or cherry Coke or whatever.
I
Vanilla
didn't even
Coke.
say cherry, numbnuts.
Yeah, but I like all that.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
So the DJ can't spin.
He's too little to choke, but sometimes it's just like.
He touched it. He touched it.
Ginger beer is not great. Daniel, you're the king of terrible takes. Although, full disclosure, we have sampled every kind of ginger beer that this city makes, so it's very annoying to me.
Shane makes a great point there.
I can't stand ginger beer.
Die Hard is about family, redemption, and sacrifice set on Christmas Eve at a Christmas party. It's a Christmas movie. Those things could have happened at any time, Shane.
Are we just getting? Are we getting?
Yeah, but no, they.
Are you our Shane?
No, Shane Jensen, 3050.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with my food takes? I eat like a regular person. And I don't tell you how you could eat. That's Happer. He's the worst. What's wrong with my food takes? Does he mean food storage or food takes? My food storage is a little
I would say your taste is actually very good.
It's a little bougie. He said everything is wrong. Damn.
I think. Do
you like protein, Keljam? Do you like cheese?
I think you have very good taste. I think you have a good palate. Unless I know when exactly you made the food, I'm probably not going to eat it at your house.
He said eat like a regular person. You don't even. Remember when I said I liked him?
He's not wrong.
He's out. I eat mushrooms. I eat raw carrots. I'm just not going. I will never eat a cooked vegetable. I'm just not going out of my.
I don't like cooked vegetables either.
I eat raw carrots all the time.
I do really like I do.
I haven't had a cooked vegetable in years.
I do really like salads. I like salads a lot.
See, you got all these people on the unrefrigerated shrimp pizza. It was so overblown. It's not even funny. It was one night on the stove
and a full day.
Technically, no.
You said
I made it at night.
Okay, you're making them at night.
It didn't. I ate it around 6. It didn't go in the fridge.
Okay.
I ate it the next night.
Yeah, so that is a day, a night, and a full day.
It's just a day. It's 24 hours unrefrigerated.
It's a night because overnight, and then a full day.
There's no extra hours in the night.
Full day.
I get hammered at the grocery store over shrimp pizza. I'm like, how does it like?
People bring it up to you in public.
I had a dude. Listen, I'm at the grocery store like 3 weeks ago, over on 96th and Q. I didn't even want to be in there. I needed shrimp on a humbug, and I wanted it fresh. I was closer to that side than I was to being able to go to Costco.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of perusing, and they have a bunch of seafood stuff ready to go. Like these ready-made pinwheels. And so I was a little curious, like the already crusted salmon. And I was like, oh, maybe I get some ideas because I had a lot of seafood.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like he knew me, man, kind of over my ear. He goes, see how it's stored cold? I looked. I thought it was God. I was like,
God, is it you? Are you there?
My man just halfway cackled and kept on pushing. I was like, wow, that is so wrong. I wanted to explain.
That's incredible. Yeah, your explanation would have been like, it was only left out for 24 hours. Which doesn't make it any better. I can't believe people like come up to you cold and say that.
I mean, over my shoulder. And my favorite little deli lady that works there, she's an itty bitty thing. She's a huge Nebraska fan. She asks me like the same 6 things every time I come in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, and I looked and I paused, and it's only about from here to that TV from the deli.
Yeah.
And she goes, DB, everything okay? You look lost. Because I was like, who does the snarky walk by? And it's your fault. You totally blew that thing. So maybe me and Kale can't kick it.
It is my fault.
I'm
And it's
kind of feeling like we were boys.
one of the things I'm most proud of.
He said my food takes her a normal See, nah, Kale's got me going.
Paul says, ever notice how both Christmas Vacation and Love Actually are a bunch of scenes cut together in no particular order into a movie? Love Actually, also not a Christmas movie.
What is Love Actually about?
It's about workplace
If you'd have
harassment
said
and
love, I
bad
was
friends.
Boy, I was gonna have to touch you.
Actually.
What's it about?
So it's basically, it's trying to... It's
Oh,
about...
geez, you're pulling the shade.
It's about workplace harassment and people being bad friends. That's what it's really about. But they try and make it very romantic seeming, and it's not. It's about people getting harassed at work and people being bad friends. One of the central tenets of the movie is this guy's best man in the movie is like he ruins their wedding video because he's just like creeping out on the bride the whole time. And then he goes to their house and like confesses his love to her with these stupid signs. And like, we're just supposed to be like, oh, that's a totally normal thing to do. Cool. Like that wouldn't cause a fist fight.
How do you say it again?
Cool.
Cool. That
Like-
was pretty.
Pretty quiet. No, I'm not angry. So, and then you've got the like there's like 4 different storylines. You got Professor
Damn, Kale.
You got Professor Snape up in there creeping on his secretary. And
Who's Snape?
He's in Die Hard. He's the villain in Die Hard.
I can't remember Die Hard.
It's the what's his name? I can't remember his name. Anyway,
When everybody was watching Die Hard, I was watching Tango and Cash.
he died recently, somewhat recently. The actor.
Yeah, like 5 years ago.
I'll mess with potatoes every now and again. I like them.
Alan Rickman. Thank you, Tim.
I just don't eat them.
Yeah, Alan Rickman.
I love potatoes.
So Professor Snape cheats on his wife with his secretary, and the wife is upset about it, obviously. And then the Prime Minister of England has an assistant that everybody keeps calling fat. And then he falls in love with her, and she's not fat, like she's a normal looking person. And then some 12-year-old falls in love with a different 12-year-old, and it's like, what the F is this movie? And they're like, it's a Christmas movie. And I was like, nope, it's just weird.
You seem very hurt right now.
I have a feeling you put your slant on the retail, but
I mean, if you take away all the the music, and you're like, oh, look how lovely, and look at all
they
this.
play music.
Well, I mean, like the score.
Oh,
you know?
I thought you meant like.
No, it's not like a musical.
Oh,
it's but when you strip away all the oh, look, it's Christmas and whatever. That's what the movie's about. It's about cheating, workplace harassment, and bad friends. That's it. And we're supposed to think it's this super romantic movie. It's like all these people are creeps. I don't know what you want me to do here.
Story of my life.
Sounds like Love Actually.
What's it about?
You can't laugh at your own jokes.
I can, and I do frequently. Wow. See, Shane encourages me.
All he's done is laugh.
Should we take a break? I think we have a. I think we have a guest here, don't we?
We eventually have to get to sports. We're not going to talk about Roy Manning.
We talked about Creighton briefly.
Yeah.
Talked about the 49ers, how I'm proud of them. I was
proud.
like, I'm all Paul Rhodes with the Niners.
I have not seen The Notebook either.
Notebook, yeah, that leans creepy also.
I have to Google.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
Gosling.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I don't know
You wouldn't like it. It's not a movie for you.
It seems. Oh, the musical. So 2004.
Yes, that would be the original. Coming up next, we got Brett Ciancia Pick Six previews. We'll talk about the college football playoff that just happened, the first round, and what he's looking forward to in the quarterfinals. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Edwards Ram and Jeep brings the Wrap Up the Year sales event to Village Point and Council Bluffs. Lease the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4 starting at $199 a month or get $18,000 off MSRP. More to celebrate with lease deals under $200 a month. Lease the 2026 Jeep Compass Limited Altitude 4x4 starting at $169 a month or save $10,000 off MSRP. Unwrap this season's best savings at Edwards Ram and Jeep, Village Point, and Council Bluffs.
Yeah, I mean, we had a very specific goal for paint touches in this ball game, and it kind of, I thought maybe we were pressing a little bit once we knew they got into a little bit of foul trouble in the first half in their forward position, and so I thought then we were kind of trying to maybe force that a little bit with a little less movement offensively to try to get to those paint touches, and I thought they were pretty aggressive about showing some double teams and help down in there, and when we finally kind of settled in, made them work a little bit, got pretty good pace in that fourth quarter, then the second half, our paint touches goal was a lot more close to what we were looking for.
At Centros Federal Credit Union, we have the tools and resources to help our members fulfill their financial goals. With a focus on building a stronger community for the next generation of leaders. Centros Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Now, the owner of Pick Six Previews, Brett Ciancia.
Then a pass is picked off. Pick six. Pick six to the checkerboard end zone.
Pick Six Previews, the #1 most accurate college football preview.
Go, big man, go. It's a pick six.
Pick Six Previews with Brett Ciancia.
Pick six. Pick six. Give me all of it.
Here is Brett Ciancia.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Brett Ciancia of Pick Six Previews. Brett, how are we doing this morning?
Hey guys, doing great. Thanks for having me on. An early Merry Christmas to all the listeners. And yeah, we got a lot to break down. You got playoffs, you got bowl games. Ready to break it all down for you guys.
So, B, I want to rewind a little bit because we kind of hem-hawed around, the 12th team, the 11th team, this, that, and thankful for your mental health. You took a couple of weeks off from talking to us. So I got to revisit how you felt about two group of fives versus what's your philosophy on best in, do one, auto qualifiers? Like in an ideal world, what would you like?
Yeah, well, I think in an ideal world, if you're going to go with the 12-team bracket, I think you want access for a G5 team, a non-AQ team, if they truly have a special season. And we've seen these over the course of the BCS era and the playoff era where you have, say, a 13-0 Boise State who's beat a couple ranked teams and, maybe beat a Power 4 team in the process. Those TCU teams under Gary Patterson were special. Maybe even a Colt Brennan Hawaii team that went undefeated with the Heisman candidate. But these two this year didn't really have that. I mean, they lost their Power 4 challenges. James Madison lost to Louisville by 14. Tulane already lost 45-10 the first time to Ole Miss. So I didn't feel that there was any special G5 team this year. And I think that in some years you might not have that. So I was okay if we would have gone without the G5 this year. Definitely didn't need two of them. And that goes down to a bylaw that they had in there where the top 5 conference champs make it, rather than say the top 5 conferences be represented. I think you could have gotten around it by having Miami as your ACC rep instead of Duke. So yeah, a lot of issues with it this year. It ended up blocking Notre Dame from the bracket, a team I think really could have won a national title. They were rounding into form as one of the strongest in the country. So that's where I would stand with it. You don't have to have one every year, but make it possible if it really truly is a special team to have a chance.
Isn't the problem with that scenario, though, Brett, that we'll see the exact same thing that we had happen with Alabama happen pretty much every year, where we talk ourselves into a 2 or 3 or who knows however many lost power conference team? Like, they almost have to force you to include a group of 5 team if you're ever going to get one.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, in other years where there was a real G5 team, like what was Boise ranked last year? I think they might have placed into the top 12 on their own merits. I'm not sure. I'll double check, but I know those old Boise State teams in the 2000s and the TCU teams and even Cincinnati back in, 2018. They were able to make the top 12, the top 4 on their own merits. So, if you have more of a transparent ranking system and give them away that way, that, hey, if you go undefeated or if you're 12-1 with a couple Power 4 wins, then there's definitely a clear path in there. But I think forcing the requirement, I think, I don't know. I get what you're saying, though, because behind closed doors, they might always find a way to block them. So I guess you got to just edit it so that you can't get 2 in there. How about that? I mean, in a year like this, there's no way that both those had to be in the bracket.
Don't you want to see at least another year or two to kind of collect data before we make any wholesale changes? Because I just have a feeling that the market is going to overcorrect too soon.
Yeah, that's been the case really since the polls era, since the 90s. It was always an overcorrection. It was, well, the pollsters are biased. We need the computers. Let's do this BCS formula that no one understands. So then that was the problem. Then it was, hey, this computer doesn't make sense. Let's bring pollsters back into it. And then 2 wasn't enough and 4 wasn't enough. Now they're talking about 12 not being enough. We need 16. We need 24. I agree with you. Let's take a deep breath. Let's pause where we are with 12. In fact, you know me, I'd rather go back in time a little bit, shrink this thing a little bit, but I know that will never get passed through with the TV money being generated. So realistically, yeah, let's stay at 12 for a while. And, maybe the answer to all of this problem this year was really the ACC's tiebreaker scenario or the way that they determined their champion, because really Miami's the best team over there. it was ridiculous. You had UVA versus Duke playing in the conference title game. You could have avoided a lot of this problem if had Miami played against Duke or UVA, won the game, gotten the automatic bid, and then you're talking about Notre Dame being in the bracket instead of Tulane or JMU.
Can I make the argument to you that the real problem here was the inclusion of Alabama? Like, did you think that Alabama deserved? And listen, I agree with you that 2 Group of 5 teams did not need to be in. But the real problem with the Notre Dame part of the scenario, like Alabama came limping into this playoff and were given a spot kind of despite getting their head kicked in by Georgia in the conference championship game. It seemed that, if I'm correct here, I think every other team was penalized at least a spot for losing their conference championship game, and Alabama was not. Like, isn't that sort of where the problem starts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation. How do you evaluate a conference title loser? And we've talked about that for years, where had they lost some other tiebreak scenario and not even played in the game, would they have made the bracket 10-2? I think definitely. So do you penalize them for losing the game? I think you kind of have to, in a way. You watch the game happen. It happened, and they lost by 21 points to Georgia. But it's a tricky situation. You look at some examples last year, SMU, and they did not have anywhere near the resume of Alabama, but they went and lost to Clemson in the ACC title game, still earned a spot in the bracket despite the loss. But then you see the flip side this year with the BYU, who goes 11-2, both losses to Texas Tech, number 4 in the country, and they're thrown out of the bracket. So maybe some consistency or some statement about how they're going to treat conference title games going forward, especially how they treat the loser. If you look at Alabama's resume, though, they deserved it. I mean, they had beaten Georgia earlier in the year. They beat Vanderbilt by 16. They beat Mizzou and Tennessee, who at times were ranked. Lost close to Oklahoma. That's a tough one, but they had some signature wins on the season, and I think they were definitely deserving of a spot, in my opinion. And they went out and proved it against Oklahoma, won the rematch. Overcame a 17-0 lead, and now they got a shot against Indiana.
How the what ifs, man. Punt a ball and catch a pass. That game is so interesting for the future of Kalen DeBoer and how we view him based on how that game played out, I think. But let me ask you something, Brett, because Miami's kind of like my Illinois college basketball of the sport, where I love Illinois almost every year, and then I say, yeah, but this whole Underwood thing has been a thorn in my side. I'd make the case. I said this to Ravi a couple weeks ago. Every time Miami takes the field, they could make the case that they have the best offensive and best defensive player playing in said game every game they play, whether it's Tony, 2 first-round offensive linemen, and, of course, Bain defensively. So when should I or do I need to get over the Mario Cristobal thing? Because clearly this team is extremely capable. I know they're catching a big number against the Buckeyes, but they can match up in the trenches and on defense. It will be hard on Sand.
Yeah, it really will. And when I wrote the preview for Miami versus A&M last week, I talked about lines of scrimmage, and they really stood out, both sides of the ball. I ended up picking Miami. They proved me right there. I don't know what to do with them this week because they're going up against a tough counterpart here with Ohio State. But Reuben Bain against a solid A&M offensive line, he took over the game. He had 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, blocked that field goal early in the game, which ended up being crucial, those points. He's a game wrecker. They have other guys too, Akeem Mesidor, Bissant at linebacker, Keontae Scott. There's so many.
Secondary's healthy now.
Yeah, secondary's healthy. Now they're going to be tested like they were last Saturday against A&M because you bring in Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Max Clare at tight end, and Julian Sand, who, I think that Marcel Reed has more mobility, and he showed that in the first half. But Sand has more pinpoint accuracy. He's on pace to set some completion percentage record, and so I think you're going to get more.
Reed left some yards out there, didn't he?
Yeah, and the first half he was crushing them with his legs, but then he ended up missing some open throws, got a little bit shaky, and credit Miami's defense for taking out that quarterback run game in the second half. I think they held him to like 1 yard per carry or something when it was all said and done when you factor in sacks. So, it's going to be a fascinating game. When I was writing this preview, I ended up going with Ohio State here to win and to cover barely by 10. I think until proven otherwise, I think they're still the team to beat. I know Indiana roughed them up pretty good, but I like Ohio State here, the more complete team. But you're right, Miami. Hey, it's Mario Cristobal. He catches a lot of flack, but he built this thing. He's the reason they're even this far. His recruiting, his talent acquisition, his transfers, his offensive line development, his coordinator hire on defense. So he deserves a lot of credit for getting them this far.
Speaking of Indiana, they're a 7-point favorite against Alabama. Does that sound right to you?
I think it should be more. I think Indiana should be about a 9-10 point favorite. I see some value here with Indiana -6.5. So they're my pick to win it this week against Alabama. And, at the top of this, I was talking about Alabama's resume and that they overcame that 17-0 lead. But to Damon's point, a little bit fluky there. I mean, and people forget that Oklahoma dropped a wide open touchdown pass to would have made it 24-7 there. Would have crushed any momentum Alabama was building. Got that ridiculous drop punt, 50-yard pick six. It was wild. So I don't know how good this Alabama team really is on a quarterfinal or a semifinal stage. My game grader has them 12th in the country overall. Meanwhile, Indiana 3rd overall, and top 10 in almost every stat category you could think of. Cignetti's had extra time to prep for it. I think Indiana's going to get it done here.
So the tightest line of the rest of the playoff bunch is obviously Oregon at Texas Tech. Listen, it's well documented, the front seven of what happens in Lubbock. But the game, though, it's Hard Rock Stadium, no real advantage, I don't think, for Tech having a home game. Who do you have more questions about, though, Oregon or Tech?
Well, yeah, I think I have questions about Texas Tech's offense. That's one part of the stat sheet that stands out. They might have some room to improve here, but overall, though, the way that Texas Tech has destroyed their schedule, 12 games, they've won 12 games, and all 12 are by 20-plus points. That's tied for an all-time record with 2018 Clemson. It's just blowout factor every week. I got to see them live in Lubbock against BYU, where they just suffocated their ranked opponent there. They did it again in the Big 12 title game. So my numbers love Texas Tech. In fact, I think the wrong team's favored. I think you should favor Texas Tech in this one. Oregon, I know they have the high-flying offense. They have some NFL draft picks. But when you look at Texas Tech, they had the most NFL draft watch list prospects coming into the season overall in the country, number one, with something like 20 draftable prospects. So they have talent of their own. I think Texas Tech, I think it's a special season. I think you had more rest time, and I'm going to go with Texas Tech to win it outright.
Brett, you said something interesting there, because I'm always trying to figure out what people think the talent levels of these individual teams are. You talked about preseason NFL draft watch lists. You talked about kind of current mock drafts. There's also, certain recruiting services put together composites of what they think the talent is based on recruiting and transfer rankings. Like, how do you measure that when you're working within your formula and your system to figure out, hey, which team do I think is actually more talented?
Yeah, well, I look at all those categories you mentioned. The key ones are your 5-year high school recruiting average. I look back at the last 5 classes, but nowadays you have to also look at the last couple transfer cycles too, because these players are moving so often. So, Oregon has them in the high school recruiting. It's been a phenomenal job by Dan Lanning, a ton of 4 stars, 5 stars. I think the TV broadcast last week, they talked about how there's 84 4 stars on Oregon's roster. Incredible talent acquisition, but Texas Tech caught up to them in the transfer cycle. They landed the number one class in the country this year. And then the last bit I look at is NFL draft watch list, like I touched on, where, it's one thing to sign them as recruits, but have you developed them? Are they playing at, a pro level, a future pro level? Texas Tech, number one in the country in that category. So scouts are all over them. I trust the scouts. There's no bias with them. It's $1 billion operation. They're not going to fudge the numbers for recruiting rankings. They're trying to find the best players. So I think it's more even than you think. I know that Texas Tech is not your signing day powerhouse, but they've caught up from the transfer portal.
Yeah, I feel like it's another week and another question of me saying, how is Georgia still flying under the radar?
Yeah, for real. This is a team that won back-to-back national titles. They were the preeminent powerhouse to take over from Nick Saban, and all of a sudden they're just in the shadows all season. Nobody's talked about Georgia this year, and quietly their defense has really caught on. I mean, it's been pretty elite the last month or so. Defensively, Gunnar Stockton really resilient in the second halves of games, fourth quarters of games. You can't shake the guy. So yeah, I mean, I think that they're a solid team. Now they're going to be tested by Ole Miss, who I think quieted some rumors there. The people wondered how they play without Lane Kiffin, and They played almost the exact same score and stat sheet as the first time they played Tulane. It was 45-10 the first time. It was pretty much that here the second time. So I wonder if the Vegas line, if you're getting a little bit of value with Ole Miss here, I think a lot of times when a coach leaves, you see an overcorrection there in the number. So I think this is more a toss-up game, maybe Georgia by a field goal. So to see it come in -7, I think that's a little high in this one. It's going to be high scoring. I'm thinking maybe go Ole Miss +7.
Brett, which quarterback head coach combo do you trust the most of the teams that are left?
Well, it's kind of hard to argue with Indiana. I mean, you have Curt Cignetti, who has led the biggest turnaround in college football history, arguably, in terms of from the losingest program in history up to a playoff contending undefeated team, and then the Heisman winner. So it's really hard to argue that. But maybe second, you'd go Kirby Smart with Gunnar Stockton, because Stockton, like I just said, has been so resilient this season. Kirby Smart, a multinational champion player, coach for Georgia. So that's probably the two I'd go with. I'd like to say Ohio State too, with Ryan Day and Julian Sand, but he had a tough outing against Indiana, and I want to see them open up their playbook more like what they did last playoff bracket, where it was more downfield shots, more vertical passing. They reverted back into their shell a little bit against Indiana. I want to see them get back to the downfield passing.
Can I ask you, can we move away from playoff here for a second? And I do want to ask you about Nebraska and Utah. I find this matchup super interesting. You mentioned sort of the coach in flux situation with Ole Miss. Utah all of a sudden finds themselves.
I was joking when I talked about that a couple weeks ago.
With the very similar situation where not only do you have a coach leaving, you have the DC already named the successor as well, although Kyle Whittingham will be there for the bowl game. Is there anything interesting to you about that Nebraska-Utah game?
Yeah, well, you touched on it there, the coaching carousel deal where Kyle Whittingham, one of the longest tenured head coaches in college football, is stepping down. This is a team I get to cover each week for KSL.com. I do game previews for them with Utah and BYU. So I've been focusing on Utah for a while. I love their defense. And I think years ago, they actually hinted or even publicly announced that they were going to have Morgan Scalley take over as the coach in waiting. That time is here. Scalley, of course, a former safety for them back on the Urban Meyer and Whittingham teams that were the BCS busters, and he's really stayed at Salt Lake City the whole time through. He's a great coordinator. So I think that stands out. I think you're going to see them play with emotion and passion one last time for Witt. You're going to get their best shot, and this is a really strong Utah team. And if this was a 16-team bracket, guys, I mean, this is a team that could have made a serious run if they got hot. And you have one of the best offensive lines in the country, 2 first-round projections there on their O-line. They're top 10 in the O-line run push, top 10 pass protection, and their defense goes without saying. So it's going to be a tough battle for Nebraska, honestly, especially because they're going to be playing with so much emotion one last time for Whittingham.
Let me ask you something, B, about the game tonight with UNLV and Ohio. Seems like a clear coaching advantage for UNLV. Significantly better record. I'm not sure what you think about conference strength or schedule affiliation, but 6.5 seems super light. It seems like they're just begging you to take UNLV. It looks pretty easy. Then I look at the number and I was like, how does Ohio keep this within a score?
Yeah, they're going to have to play sound defense, red zone defense, all those sayings you always hear. And yeah, on paper, this one, if they were at full strength, I'd have it UNLV by 7 or 8. And quite honestly, I wait until right before kickoff to go look at the opt-out situation. So I'm looking at just the straight up number right now, and it looks like it's around a touchdown. So I'll have to dig in and see who's playing, who's opting out, and all those last-second deals to try and shake out a number. But yeah, these bowl games, I mean, it comes down to the wire: who's in, who's out, who's transferring. So I'll check in later today and get the final report, but I think UNLV is the pick.
Brett, before we let you go here, are there any other bowl games that you're particularly interested outside of the college football playoff?
Well, I was really excited for USC TCU, 2 teams that I was really high on this season. They were part of the Pick 6 Plus win total teams that went 6-1. Great offenses on both sides. I was really excited about it until Josh Hoover, the quarterback, opted out. So that's what I'm getting at, is you just have so many opt-outs and head coaching changes. It's tough. I mean, these matchups all take a hit. Another one, Michigan, Texas, caught my eye until what happened over in Ann Arbor. I think the Pop-Tarts Bowl might have gotten one of the best matchups out there. No one talking about it. It's BYU, Georgia Tech. teams that were close to the playoff. They were in discussions for most of October and November, but came up short. BYU, another team I get to cover with KSL, and they've been fun to watch. So I'm going to go Pop-Tarts Bowl. And guys, has this become the favorite non-AQ, the favorite non-playoff bowl out there? It's just their marketing has been fascinating. Pop-Tarts Bowl is my pick for this one.
So I can't even. Are they Camping World?
Yeah, it's the old Florida Citrus FCS Sports, Florida Citrus Sports. So they run the
weather won't be a factor. That'll be good.
They run the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl as well. So they've really mastered the marketing down there. But yeah, it's in Florida. It's going to be good weather. It's going to look like a bowl game. They have the Pop-Tart themed helmets with the sprinkles on the logos. It's that's the kind of stuff you get excited for now before the playoff starts.
Who's the best remaining non-playoff team that you think will look the closest for kick?
Do you mean like the strongest?
Yeah, their regular season team.
Wow, you're gonna hate hearing this, but I think Utah. I think Utah. No, I gotta check
the opt-outs up front.
Yeah, I gotta check their opt-out. Like I said, I'm looking at full strength numbers, and then I look at opt-outs right before kicks. So, yeah, if they have opt-outs, then maybe not. I'm trying to think here.
What about Vandy?
Well, is Pavia playing? I guess that's the whole deal for them, is because I don't think they have as many pro prospects as you'll find elsewhere. I think that they're just a very veteran team, and Clark Lee's gotten the most out of them. So I wouldn't expect a ton of opt-outs from Vanderbilt. It's all about whether Pavia plays. So I see that line's at 5 points. I assume that means he's playing.
That is Brett Ciancia from Pick Six Previews. Brett, we appreciate the time. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah, same to you guys. Thanks for having me. It's been a great season together.
Appreciate you, Brett. Thanks.
That is Brett Ciancia from Pick Six Previews.
How about Army?
You know me. I'm honking for Monken.
They're laying 9.
I love Jeff Monken.
I mean, it's UConn. Like, who's coaching?
That's the question in a lot of these games, right? Even in the ones we've seen.
That's what I thought when I was thinking about Georgia Tech.
Even the ones where we see like the where the head coach is sticking around for the bowl game, but we know they're gone. Like a lot of times, like those teams don't look good.
Yeah, I wonder how I'd feel about that
as a player.
Yeah,
it'd be hard. I don't know. I'd probably be like, you can go.
I should
man.
ask those guys in '97.
Yeah, that situation's a little different, right? Because they're not leaving for another job. I feel like if you're leaving for another job, I'd feel some kind of way about it.
Yeah.
Although maybe it's different now. Who was it last year or 2 years ago? It's like, hey, if you play good, I'm taking you with me. You remember that?
Yeah, that was
that Napier at Florida a few years ago?
Man, I remember that.
Because like that was kind of funny. It was also weird. But if I'm a player and you're taking a job somewhere else, like I probably feel some kind of way. I don't even know if I want you there.
No, I know.
Like you're out on us. Get out. But that's how I am, though. Like I'm petty. So
so the most competitive with the least amount of factors.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know, man. It seems like Clemson and Penn State should be pretty good.
Okay. Can you know how funny it is that those two teams are meeting in this circumstance?
Yeah, they were supposed to be the national championship game.
Yeah, like that's
stupid, right?
Yeah. I mean, certainly a playoff game. Like certainly a playoff game. And it's what, 7-5 versus 6-6?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Let's see. Coleman hit. Penn State's got to rush in the portal.
Yeah. Just go get some of those. How many quarterbacks is Nebraska going to bring in now? 3? You almost have to, right?
Yeah.
3 guys for the room.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. I'm just like, it's because you want probably 4 guys in the room.
Yeah, and it's you need the right makeup.
Right, because one of those guys has to kind of understand, like, I'm just there to be in the room. If you're bringing in 3 guys, right?
Although, maybe.
Or has to be okay with if that ends up being their role.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Well,
I mean, do you want
Iowa got an FCS guy that seemed to make all the difference in the world? You hate on the dude. He did what he had to.
They didn't play very good quarterback. That's all I know.
All right. Looked pretty good against us.
Well,
I don't even know what the FCS is.
It's hard for me to separate the two.
It's hard for me to separate the first half of the season that I saw with that guy too.
Kobe Will Wade was the guy that's talked about, we got a lot of nice guys. We got smart players.
Oh.
I couldn't believe he got on that soapbox.
Will Wade, that might have been the one. It might have been basketball. I think Will Wade was talking about if you play well in the tournament, I might take you with me.
Oh.
I think it was Will Wade.
I could see him saying that.
That sounds like a Will Wade thing to say.
I could totally see him saying that.
Yeah.
I got a lot of nice guys, but we play in the ACC. It just was funny because I don't think the ACC is very good.
Yeah.
Although it's better than it has been in years past.
I would say it's had a down couple years, but it's better this year.
You know, Texas Tech wasn't even healthy when what they did to Duke.
Yeah.
What about Duke and that physicality? Maybe it's wishful thinking.
Maybe. Is everybody playing for Duke?
No, it's Texas Tech that's banged up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And still got them.
Yeah. Is that just like a young Duke thing, though?
I don't know, but Carolina may be pretty good.
You like your squad a little bit this year?
I do.
This is the first time you've liked them this much in a while, isn't it?
They did, Kobe. They weren't good, but Tech played. There might be a formula to playing against Duke.
Maybe.
Yeah, you got to touch them and you
beat them up a little bit.
Yep, you got to get underneath them.
Don't forget to get your tickets now to Omaha's brightest holiday tradition, Bright Nights at Lawrence and Gardens, with incredible light displays, model trains, and thousands of poinsettias. It's festive fun for everyone. Time tickets are required. Get yours at lawrenceandgardens.org. We will be right back with more Hurrdat Sports Live, and I believe Michael ROSE-IVEY joining us next here on the show.
It's the season of savings at Edwards Buick Chevrolet. Lease the 2025 Buick Envista Preferred starting at $249 a month. Luxury, wrapped and ready for the holidays. More reasons to celebrate this season. Or lease the 2026 Chevrolet Trax LS starting at $259 a month. Compact style, ready to roll into the new year. Your season of savings starts at Edwards Buick Chevrolet.
Games before the holidays always scare me, especially as I watch more and more film on Utah Tech and how impressed I was with the way that they played. They were at Arizona early in the year, and with 15 minutes to go, it's an 8 or 9 point game. Arizona's one of the best teams in the country, so I knew what they were capable of. Fortunately, I thought the starting group did a great job of getting us off to the start that we needed to. Then I thought we relaxed a little bit. We got a little sloppy. Defensively, our coverages weren't quite as good. But you know, we're in such a better place than we were 10 days ago, and I'm proud of the guys for that. I think they bought into each other a little bit more and bought into what we're asking them to do, and keeping the game maybe a little simpler than we were before. And the results have been better because of that. So really proud of the way that we've finished these last 3 games before break.
We're in the neighborhood, just down the street. With a wide variety of home equity products to help you create a relaxing oasis. So you can kick back and relax in comfort. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I think our first priority was stopping the run. I think the more opportunities you get to put a team in third and long, the more true drop back situations you're going to be in for your guys to get after the quarterback. And so, we made it our aim to just kill the run on first and second down, and then it's time to party. Kind of force people to play on our terms. And so a lot of those sacks became because we were able to get off the field on early downs and get to those third and mediums, third and longs, and third and extra longs. And our guys, they just pinned their ears back and went and got after it.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Michael ROSE-IVEY, MRI. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
I don't even know how I missed you this weekend, man. You were so vague. I was like, are we going to get you at the stadium or what?
Man, I was trying to, man, but we had family,
is
Christmas
that
family
what it
dinner.
was?
Yeah, with my wife's family. So I was trying to, I was responsible for making a dish. So I was trying to make my dish and kind of get out of there and sneak out and come back. But
what's MRI making?
That's what I want to know.
We got to know what you're making. What's the dish?
I just made some baked beans, some cowboy baked beans.
Oh, fudge. I've been getting well, the stream is not it's not a kind place to be. As you've seen, it's eat or be eaten in there. But apparently my food takes are horrible, so I hate to say this. But baked beans belong in the ice cream category, where for as much run as they get when you have good blank, it is so overrated.
It is. It's fairly overrated.
No, I'm not worried about the baked beans. What are you talking about? Ice cream?
Yeah, I want to know more about that, though.
For what it is.
Phenomenal?
See, that's what...
Ice cream is so good. What are you talking about?
I shouldn't have even said it.
You compared baked beans to ice cream?
Okay. I'm going to try to describe this as quickly and as easy as possible.
Take your time.
90% of the time, if you don't have to chew it or can enjoy it over time while you're consuming it, I just don't know how good it can be. That's like people will talk about like lobster bisque. Oh, have you had this soup? Yeah, it's in and out. Like, I get it. It can be sensational, but it doesn't have to be something like people crave and covet ice cream. Like they'll go out of
you
their
sound like
way
the food is nourishment. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to enjoy it type guy right now.
He certainly doesn't believe that. I know that. My man hasn't touched a vegetable in decades.
Again, cooked.
My man doesn't believe in food storage.
People, you haven't heard those people that are like, "Oh man, you got to try my baked beans." I'm like, they're baked beans.
I agree with you on baked beans.
Now,
I agree with you on the baked.
There's a level though of you should try my baked beans to when you try someone's baked beans and they ain't doing what they're supposed to do.
I feel that way about macaroni. There's a lot of those sides.
So I can see macaroni being in that.
I feel like that about macaroni.
Oh, I love macaroni.
Oof.
Of the 10 recruits, Jess does this thing where she asks them their favorite Thanksgiving dish, and like 8 out of 10 said macaroni. I'm like, are you guys nuts?
Dude,
I mean, if you start getting the, if you're using just the Velveeta, I mean, I understand it, but if you're getting the Goudas, the different type of cheeses in there, you know what you're doing as far as the consistency with the cheese and, making sure it's not too dry. Not overcooking the noodles.
I get it.
There's a science. There's a science to it.
I'm telling you, mac and cheese.
Everybody knows that. You've never had my mac and cheese person. I'm like, it's mac and cheese. Like,
No.
It's going to be, and I love cheese. Like, there's in my fridge right now, I bet I have 8 different kinds of cheeses. So I get the whole, no, real talk. Like, I just shredded Gouda and Micah's mashed potatoes over the weekend. Gouda and sharp cheddar, those are my jams.
Gouda's good. Gouda's good.
But so I get it. It's just, it's like the lobster bisque thing. I love good lobster bisque. I do. It's fantastic, but it's in and out. It's like it's done. Like there is no.
You need some substance.
Savors. Like I need something with a little more substance. You know what I mean?
I mean, mac and cheese has the noodles. You know that, right? Like you chew it. I
hate the way pasta.
You don't like pasta? You're just out on pasta?
It's just
So that's a different problem.
It's fine. It's just not gonna be at the top.
Mac and cheese and scalloped potatoes are like my 1-2 sides.
You like mush?
No, I like cheese.
All right, I'm sorry to get off track there, MRI. What kind of meat protein do you put in your baked beans? That's always everybody's secret.
I'm a turkey guy. You know what I mean? I try to keep it lean. Just turkey.
Like the leg, like smoked.
No,
like,
no,
you're
just
putting
ground
turkey in your baked beans.
Yeah,
like
ground
ground
turkey. Yeah,
Do you season it first?
of course, DB. Of course.
I was gonna say you're.
My great
linebacker.
grandmother would be very disrespected if I did not.
I almost got a little too casual. My bad. All
Do
right.
Americans sometimes.
Oh, you are foolish. Are you guys done with school this week?
As you can.
You there? You there?
Yeah.
Emma?
Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm not at the school today, so we're on break.
All right, so I'm just double checking. All right, back to
You got any other Christmas traditions that you do, MRI?
What we've been doing lately, with my son, Christmas Eve, they have like a little light show. I'm pretty sure they probably have it in Lincoln too, but they have like a light show. We drive through and take them through with that. We kind of started doing that about a year or two ago, and then just going up with my family, seeing my family. You know, now being older, you know, we're kind of doing some hosting and some stuff around this time too. So it's kind of cool, kind of, you know, going up that next level as on the family, especially being the oldest.
Well, maybe that's what it is, but nobody comes to my house. Matter of fact, my sister intimated, and I'm a great cook. My sister intimated, my oldest, she doesn't want anybody else's cooking when she comes home but my mom. So that was like the subtle hint to like, we're not doing this whole hodgepodge get together thing. We're going to start with what my mom makes, and everybody else can get in where they fit in. That's
the best way to go.
Okay.
That's the best way to go for sure.
Well, if you got a bunch of people in your family that can't cook.
Well, yeah, you start off with what mom can do, and I mean, if no one else can do it, I mean, if mom can keep doing it, let her keep doing it.
All right. We're just not going to be in lockstep this morning. As well as we get along, man, it seems like we're always on opposite ends of the spectrum. Unless it's attacking defensive fronts, then we agree, man. So how are you feeling? Kind of getting a feel for how you think Coach Manning and you know, Coach Orich and these guys can coexist.
Yeah, I've been trying to get as much information. I really wanted to come to practice, just in that sense, just to kind of see a couple of things. First off, how much was Rhule assisting with the D line and how that was going. I mean,
you should see him. He's wild.
Yeah, I've read some articles and kind of saw or heard, you know, some things that, you know, it's going really great. The guys are really enjoying it.
I mean, they cut that one another. They don't take breaks. Like,
yeah,
they get it in.
And so I think there's a different tempo, I think, right now that's going on with that group. So that's good to hear. But yeah, I mean, from what I've heard and kind of just even looking back at some of the San Diego State stuff and, you know, what they've been able to do, even reading bios, you know, I think Coach Manning's gonna be a great guy, personality wise, and just someone's gonna hold those guys accountable at the edge spot. And then also with Art, you know, him coming in and, you know, I think he's already talked about what he's seen as far as the personnel and what he believes he can do with it. So it sounds like he's excited. You know, I think when you have a change of coaches and sometimes a change of demeanor of the coaches that you're getting, you know, where you're talking about the two different guys and maybe Butler and a new defensive coordinator, guys are in response to a little bit more of that confidence boost, right? A guy that believes in them and thinks they can play. So I'm excited to see how those guys keep keep continuing to involve themselves with the program.
MRI, I'm trying to remember. Did you have any position coach changes like right after the season before the bowl game? I'm trying to get a good sense of like what differences, how much of a difference that can make over like a 3 or 4 week period.
Hear me?
Yep. What'd you do? Go outside?
Yep, go outside. You know, I can't
good
think
for
of
you,
any
man.
change. I mean, we had the year that
I didn't go on the bowl trip because that was my ACL year.
We obviously, after that happened, Bo was let go, and that new staff came in. So we didn't really have an opportunity to get coached by a new staff. That would be interesting, even looking like the Ole Miss situation. How that's Ole Miss and LSU, how they're bouncing back coaches back and forth. So I think it's just interesting. How the for one, I think with the kids handling it, and them getting familiar, it's kind of like being recruited all over again, right? You get to see your coach, in a setting, outside of us just talking in the office, right? And I've heard that Art has left his office door open, and plenty of guys came in just talk football with him. But if you're hearing their voices and seeing how they interact on the field, I think it could make the progress a little bit quicker in the spring, right? Because now he's seeing you in what, you get 12 to 14 practice, how many practice you get before the bowl game. And now he has an idea, how he's going to respond when you do something negative, when you do something positive. And again, understand the situation. I think the new staff on the defense is going to come in with almost I don't want to say a facade, but they're going to be very mindful of how they're coaching and correcting and building relationships, just because that was a problem with the previous staff on the defense. So I think with those guys being there during the bowl practice is going to definitely elevate the play. Hopefully for the bowl game, I mean, it's not a one-all, be-all, but you want to see that translate to the spring and obviously into the fall next season.
MRI, if there is let's say there's a drastic difference in how the defense in particular, but we'll throw the offensive line in there as well. Let's say there's a pretty dramatic difference in how they look against what I think everybody considers a very good Utah team, whether they have some opt-outs or not, and I think they are going to have some. What will that tell you about what went wrong over the course of the season?
Last part.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said repeat the last part.
Yeah, what will that tell you if they do look dramatically different with the new coaches? What will that tell you about what went wrong over the course of the season? Did we lose him?
I hope not, because I got a good question for him.
Oh, I think he hopped back in.
Oh, there he is.
MRI, you there?
Yep.
You going to Bluetooth, champ, or what are you doing? Because I've been there.
Yeah, I'm fighting it right now.
No,
I'm connected to like 3 different devices right there. I'm trying to.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey, you want my old man take?
Man, what's that?
First of all, it's partly my fault because I have a car that I bought sight unseen. But I'm still trying to figure out the difference between my Android Auto and Bluetooth. Like it would be like your Apple CarPlay or Bluetooth.
Right.
Like, it's wearing me out. I need to just sit down and give myself like a 15-minute video tutorial.
That's the best way to get done. Just hop on YouTube.
I tried that fixing my garage once, and I ended up paying about $300 extra because I screwed it up.
That's usually how it goes. I'm not the most handiest guy.
Hey, we tried to do an in-home dryer repair.
Oof.
And putting some tumblers in and could not get it put back together. It was, and this was like a week ago. I was like, help.
Yeah, I'm quick to call my pops and tell him I got food for him or something for him. If he comes over and help me put something together. So
well, he can't
I'm notorious for that.
$1.10 now. What's he eat? Just protein?
No. I mean, he's in the barbecue business. You know what I mean? So whatever the customers don't eat, we get to eat. So we all getting big out here.
I need for him to hit me up because I need to figure out a way to do some knockoff rib tips because you need so many ribs to get a ton, right?
Oh yeah, he can definitely get you right.
Yeah, that's what we used to always go back and forth over recipes. But now that he's big time, he doesn't have time for us peons.
Man, I think it might be the other way around. Robbie, what were you saying though?
Golly. So I was asking you if you see a big difference either on defense or on the offensive line with obviously they don't have enough time to really install a new defense, and Coach Rhule said they're not really trying to, so it's a mentality thing more than anything.
Right.
If you see a dramatic defense, what will that tell? The dramatic difference. What will that tell you about what went wrong over the course of the season?
It'll just confirm some things. I mean, for me at least, and I probably for some other people too, if you see the writing on the wall, kind of what's all came out after the season and looking back at some stuff. Nothing. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily if they play well, um, I would equate it to just I think maybe just the freeness of playing the bowl game, right? This is the last game of the year. There is nothing to lose. I mean, I honestly don't remember ever reviewing and watching the bowl games I've ever played in. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like something we're gonna get analyzed on as far from a staff. It's gonna get, it's we're on to the next season, right? So if they play well, I think it'd be great. I mean, you'd obviously want them to play well, and you still expect that. Them guys at least play up to the competition, which is Utah, which is going to be a great opponent, especially with their head coach coming out in their last game. So I think they play well. I think it's just a matter of them being free and playing ball. Now, I do think in the way that Snow where he came into the media and spoke about how he felt about the defense, things like that. I think there is also that change of leadership and maybe a more direct tone or maybe a more palatable tone for the players, right? That they may be more acceptable of, and getting maybe the negativity away from those guys. I think that may be also a big contributor to that, and just a testament to you got to create the right environment for players to be able to succeed. And that's on, off the field, and a lot of times with coaches, right, it can't just be X and O's. You got to build relationships with guys for them to want to go play ball for you, for 60 minutes.
So if the defense goes out and balls out, I shouldn't be mad about how it went this year.
No, I mean, you can. I mean, you can have your. I think you can have your thoughts on that, but I think also.
He's a big pound of flesh guy, so.
But yeah, I think the leadership change. Yeah, and I understand that. There's nothing wrong with a little pettiness, but I think too. I think it's not enough to get yourself all wound up. I think the focus can shift. Once after this game, win, lose, or draw. How do we secure whatever guys we can in the 2026 class and looking into the portal and trying to figure that out. But then also allowing this new defensive staff to not only build a system and develop a system for the guys to play well under, but also for the build relationships and whatever ups and downs, setbacks that come with that. Right, we gotta be willing and ready to take that. But we should see a lot of elevated performance just off the fact that these guys were young this year, especially up front, and they got the opportunity to play a lot of snaps. So let's hope that experience this year lends to more growth this off season and into next year.
MRI, you lost Carl during your career, right?
No, Carl left I think the year before I came.
Okay, so when you played with teammates that played behind a line coach that coached a certain way, right?
Right.
That stretch where it was really hard when you changed over with defensive line recruiting. What's the degree of difficulty playing behind as a second level or third level guy when the D line will be coached differently than what you're accustomed to on the fly?
It all has to marry itself up. I mean, you have to. I mean, we got to account for at least 6 gaps on each play, right?
Are you half lining? Are you doing individual combos?
Oh, you're talking about to get those guys. I mean, I think there's a kind of a pyramid to things you can do. I think the base thing, right? You starting off with, film study. Giving them examples of run fits and runs. How are we going to fit it? As you get into the spring, right, obviously you're going to start with trying to compartmentalize, right, each section of the run fit, right? And I think this is what, the Georgias do a really good job of, Georgia, Alabama, the Sabins, right? They're really poignant on, you talk about the offense, right? They want to run more counter, right? And, they're very detailed on, hey, we got to have a 3 technique or somebody in the B gap that can hold a point, right? We got to have an edge guy that's gonna dent it, and we got to have a backer over top that's gonna scrape it, right? That's uniformity in all their defense, right? If a safety's down in that spot, he's gonna do the same thing that backer would do if he's in that spot as far as guys that's scraping. So just creating clean run fits for them and having guys seeing the single picture they need to, so the big picture becomes a reality, right? And there's different ways obviously you can do 9-on-7 and things like that, but it just starts with a fundamental understanding of, hey, this is what we want to do as defense. We're going to be a spill defense, all right? So understand, we're going to spill it. The ball's going to probably end up here 80% of the time. We have to have a short tackle in the C and D gap, right? We're going to be a dent team, right? So the ball may hit either way, so we need backers that can play basically a two gap, right? Being able to play track fits, tracking the running back and fitting off of him. Or hey, we're gonna be just a single gap. We're just gonna box it, right, and everyone's gonna hit their gap, and we should have the run contained. So I think the base thing they need to have is a uniform way they fit the run, right, and put more X's on the pages than, hey, a position per se needs to fit this way, right? How we call the coverage and structure of the defense, that should determine how we're fitting, but the fit should be the same. We should always have someone forcing it, levering it and possibly spilling, or didn't if we got something at the point of contact. So that's going to be the big thing for them, and getting the guys at those positions they want to be able to succeed against the run.
You may say, well, no bleep, or man, that's pretty cool, but I'll tell you, to your point. So they're on air, and D-line is simulating playing O-line, whether it's traditional tag or, pin, one puller, two pullers, all the things that Utah does. So it's basically half line with just D-line. And they're kind of off to the side. And, they're teaching technique, no color to show, get right off his ass. I don't want to see any space. Rhule's getting it in, right?
Right.
And about 3 minutes later, he calls the insides over. He says, hey, guys, come over here. I want you to see this from your angle. Let's just step to this on air. And they did it over and over and over and over again. And I know you're listening to me and you're thinking, well, yeah, that's how it should be done, right? That's what we would do at the base coaching level, so you can get the repetitive fits. But I'm just telling you,
right,
to watch them do it over and over again and see it. Now, sure, do I want to see it real time with the pads cracking and popping? But you talked about finites and breaking it down, compartmentalizing. I'm looking at, all right, guard pins, tackle pulls. Look how we fit this on our stunt. Hey, you two insides. If you're a C-gap guy and you're backside A, do you see how tight this is? And they just did it over and over on air, right?
Right.
Some people may think that's a waste of time. For me, I like one to give them a hug, because if you can do that based on, without looking in the backfield, just reading pullers, which they've kind of struggled with, you're giving yourself a chance, right?
Coaches get bored too.
I was genuinely excited.
Yeah, coaches get bored too. We talk about players, we want them to be very meticulous in and being detailed and process oriented. And at some point, right, coaches want to see things like you said. We want to see it full speed. We want to be able to, hear the pads cracking and see some physicality out of it. But it's like, trying to punch one spot, right, in a brick wall, right, and you think that if I keep punching that one spot, at some point the wall becomes weak. And I think that's kind of the process, mindset behind that. We're gonna do this at a slower pace, right? Maybe with less physicality. I won't say a slower pace, less physicality, right? At the same pace, right? Without the physicality, but just getting our eyes right, getting our hands in the right spot, and doing that at repetitive points of where it should be muscle memory. When I see it, I react instead of I'm being reactive, after the fact. And, again, a lot of coaches aren't willing to do that. And again, that's when you got all this time during the bowl game, you can do that, right? You can be more methodical in how we're trying to get our guys to play. We got one opponent, we got 14 practices, right, to get prepared.
And what they do, right? They will count.
Right. You got 12
you to death.
Yeah, you got obviously Winningham been there for forever, and they've been running a very similar scheme, both offense and defensive, since he's been around. So you can go back as far as you want to see what they do. They do what they do, like you said, and it's very much like playing an option like wing T team where you got to be disciplined in your fits. You need to go down, you go down. When you need to take the quarterback or take dive or take the inside part of option, things like that. You got to do your job, right? And they have counters off of it. And they do a good job of scheming it. So you got to have guys being able to play slow but fast, right? The light bulb's on, right, to where things are slowing down for them as they see it, but they're still able to play fast and react.
I mean,
with some
even
aggressiveness.
little things like just watching the detail of not playing lateral, but taking an aggressive 45 where
right.
Because I think sometimes you feel like one is the other, and it's like no.
Right.
It probably felt like you were getting vertical, but you're not. Let me show you what a 45 feels like, and then just to do it over, like that's just going to lend itself to attacking, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, angles is that's the hardest part, or maybe.
But it's everything though.
Yeah, it is, but I think it's the hardest part for a lot of young defensive linemen to understand because, even when I talk to defensive linemen I work with from other, high schools, things like that, when we do things like, we don't work on this, our coach just tells us, hey, basically just the gap charge, right? Or you're not really playing your man, right? You just have a gap and not understanding, hey, the gaps move. Like the gap is from hip to hip, as I like to explain it, right? It's not just the space between the guard and tackle, but it's from the hip to hip. So if you're in a 4-eye and that guard goes down, right, you got to squeeze to the space of the inside part of the gap, right? Especially if we're playing a spill, bounce it out to the sideline, let our fast guys run and make tackles on the edge kind of defense. So like you talked about in your question before, getting the linebackers and D line and third level to play at same play together in the run fits. I mean, that's what it is right there. It has to be done that way. And no matter what system you run, you have to be sound in those fits and be clear in how you want those guys to go attack the offense.
I'm a big repetitive guy on air, right? Because I want those guys to move at real speed, but you don't have to see something necessarily coming downhill at you yet. Like you need to know what it feels like to play off of this guy. Like we'll do it for 10 or 15 minutes, and I guarantee it. I know it looks dumb. Like come on, man. Let's fast forward. But I tell our guys all the time, I want you to feel bored.
Yeah.
Because the non-negotiable that we have is to be technician. That's one of them. Is we need to be technicians, right? We'll get the physicality part, but you need to know when the V of his neck goes away and he squeezes. I don't want any space. I don't want any space.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's how snug you. I don't want to see any space. Are we good? Well, what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, just to do it over and over and over and over again on air and to think, to see a guy like, Trent or somebody, to know that, oh, this feels lateral. It needs to be more vertical. Like that's a win, in my opinion. Now, we'll see how relatable it is. You're not going to solve everybody's problem in one bowl preparation, but I do know it's intentional.
Yeah, it's intentional, and I think again, I mean, now we saw that Robinson's going to go to A&M. Kind of what is it'd be interesting to see what's the plan. I'm almost not too convinced that Rhule is going to stay with the interior D lineman. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure on that one.
People were a little taken aback when he said, it got away from him a little, and I told a story of Mariah's on a recruiting visit with one of the regional schools, and their head coach was talking about O-line play, and he was disappointed in himself that he goes, yeah, we'll be better this year. And, I kind of fell asleep at the wheel taking things for granted up front, but we're back to attention to detail. And I'm like, I'm looking at him, and he said, well, there's just so much going on the day-to-day that we're human. We fall into it. And I'm like,
right,
man, you should tell our fan base because they think you're pretty good. And to know that you went through that would, it's just, it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it definitely happened. That's one of the things, honestly, is I look back at, my 3 years of being a head coach. I wish I would have been more hands-on with a position group and, stayed closer with the, D line and stuff like that. And that's something I know for sure in the future, obviously being a head coach, it is what it is. But, if you can still obviously do what you do and what got you to that position. You know what I mean? I think that's the important part, maintaining that, unless you can find a guy that can really duplicate that. And that's tough, especially when you want to be hands-on. So I get it.
All right, my man. Enjoy your holidays, man.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. You guys enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family.
The best part of this journey is watching you parent. Like, that's my favorite.
It's a trip, man. It's a trip.
My favorite should take baked beans.
Look, next time
Ravi
I'm
hates kids. I don't hate them. I just don't want to be around them. There's a difference.
Hey, look, I have my moments of that as well, especially with mine. It happens, but we love them. We love them. That's all that matters.
All right, give everybody my best, champ.
Thank you guys.
I appreciate it.
That is Michael ROSE-IVEY. I don't hate kids. I want what's best for them. I'm just not going to be the one to do it.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
There's a difference there. Or if I can do it from a distance, I'll be like, yo, you guys.
Yeah, Ravi here for Bette Midler. From a distance. Isn't that Bette Midler? That's Bette Midler, right, Shane? Don't act like you don't know. It took you too long. I don't want to hear from you.
I don't know anything about
You already
Bette
screwed
Midler.
me up. You got Bruin Steve just
Shane's
screen captioning all my weird expressions.
Shane's a big Bette Midler guy.
Do not complain about what you didn't get.
Yeah, it's Bette Midler.
Maybe more of an Ice Cube guy.
I like Cube.
Yeah.
More of an ice cream guy, but not like DB over here.
Again,
ice cream's phenomenal.
It's fine. You guys just lament over it like it's Chubb City. It's not.
I'm just saying there is. I'm not familiar with that brand.
It's pretty good.
Thanks.
Good.
Let's take a quick break here. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
It's the season of new tradition sales event at our brand new Edwards Kia Council Bluffs location. Lease the 2026 Kia Sportage EX starting at just $249 a month. Brand new showroom, big holiday savings. Or lease the 2025 Kia Telluride S starting at $329 a month. Or finance at 0.9% for 60 months. Plus, every new purchase includes a free electric scooter. Don't wait. Celebrate the season at our brand new Edwards Kia location in Council Bluffs.
I told they can't go on the couch and sit around and eat bonbons, which nobody knows what the hell a bonbon is anymore. But they got to go back, and we've got a program for them at least 2 of the days. Tomorrow they need to take off, and they get 2 days of conditioning, and then they need to feel the ball and see it go in the basket. Because we got another team that's they had St. Louis down at halftime and played them pretty close to a single-digit game. So this team has played good stretches of basketball in New Hampshire. They'll be playing 30th, and if everybody goes home and just sits around and drinks beer, it's going to be, it could get ugly. So, again, this is a mature group. I think they're going to bounce back. They'll be excited to get back. I told them, enjoy your families. You deserve it. You guys deserve to go and have a great break, catch your breath a little bit. But we got a hell of a stretch coming up when they get back. So we're going to reconvene on the night of the 26th. Just get them going. Probably a non-contact practice. Thinking about going twice on the 27th. And putting the game plan in on the 28th. So, big stretch for us here. But, these guys deserve to enjoy their time away with their families.
Centris Federal Credit Union, we understand that the journey of building your own business typically starts with modest beginnings. With a little help from our team of experts and small business loan offerings, you can take your vision and transform it into a more concrete reality. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you it's time to stuff your savings with Centris Federal Credit Union. From savings accounts and money markets to their unique certificate and savings account bundle, Centris has all the trimmings for a hearty financial feast. Plus, with fixings like their Centris Roundup program, saving can be as easy as pie. Visit them online, centrisfcu.org. Terms and conditions apply, federally insured by NCUA. Now, I don't have any grievances with our friends over at Centris. They may be the only ones exempt from my wrath, however. It's time to do the Festivus tradition of airing of grievances, DB.
You do know. Can I let myself off the hook here for a second?
Yeah.
There used to be a fantastic there used to be a fantastic grocery store in North Omaha that I would go to with my parents called Chubb's.
That's why I said I wasn't familiar with that brand. I hadn't been there. I'm familiar with the grocery store. I had never had their ice cream. I was not familiar.
She's going to be livid.
I was not familiar with that.
I got to see her
particular store brand of ice cream.
Although she may not.
It's not like Members Mark, like Sam's we were talking about, or Kirkland. I know that ice cream.
Yeah.
I don't know Chubb's ice cream.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, it'll leave a mark.
Famously. It is time to air.
Are you trying to tell me that ice cream is on the same plane as like a good ribeye or,
No, so those are different categories.
You're doing too much.
We're different categories. Those are different categories.
And hear my heart. I'm not saying it's not like lobster bisque. Lobster bisque is fantastic. I'm just telling you, anything that I can consume and not know that I've really had it can't be that good.
Maybe you're just going through the lobster bisque too fast. Or going through the ice cream too
It's not going to stick to your ribs.
Well, I don't think it's supposed to.
Canty was talking about
soup is like an appetizer. You're not supposed to have that for a meal. Soup is like the before. It's just
so how excited should I be?
I mean, I love appetizers. Appetizers are great.
No, they're at the right place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, who's mad about appetizers?
I'm
not asking for the lobster bisque to fill me up. I'm not asking for the ice cream to be my meal.
I'm not knocking if you love
just
let's say
just a little topper.
Something
mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese.
Like ice cream. I'm just saying I can't ever remember a time where I'm like, ooh, gotta have ice cream, or ooh, gotta have.
I'll crave it. Not a lot, but like I don't crave food a lot in general. Like somebody will say something and be like, oh, that sounds okay, or that sounds good. But I don't like come up on my own with like, oh, I'm craving this very often. But like I like ice cream. I'll mess around with ice cream quite a bit.
Chubb's good meat and over 100 MD 2020 flavors. They got high down the stretch too, T-Mac. They were no longer a bargain.
Oh, I thought you meant something else. Do you guys like Traven asked if we like wag?
Wait a minute.
What's up?
T-Mac, do I look like No, that's not the right question. Knock it off. I was about to say, do I look like I drink MD 2020? And he'd be like, well, actually, you do. It's a socioeconomic thing, not a color. Ravi.
I thought Mad Dog was red. Isn't that the color of the?
No, there's lots of flavors.
How'd you know it was Mad Dog?
Because he said MD 2020.
Yeah,
that's what it says on the bottom.
I know what MD 2020 is.
Ravi didn't know. He looked it up. In his Indian Urban Dictionary.
Look at this. Nothing. I know Mad Dog 2020. Come on now. I've been poor.
Oh, well, see, that's what I was asking. That's the answer to my question.
I told him it's socioeconomics.
That's what I said. I've been poor. I know what Mad Dog is.
Oh, Todd, you're killing me, man.
Listen, well, he doesn't like Todd. He doesn't like warm fruit
He's
anyway. So
killing me.
I
Now,
agree
would-
with you, Todd.
I would eat a cold Hostess handheld pie,
Yeah, I do like those little fruit pies. Those are real good.
but I don't need warm apple pie. Like, are you a crust guy?
Oh yeah, good crust. Oh yeah, love a good
See,
crust.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Love a good crust. Listen, I married a pastry chef. Like the crusts I get are better than the ones you've had. I guarantee.
Okay. That was too easy.
All right, it's time to air some grievances. It's Festivus. It's time to air some grievances, and I have one. I'm sure you're surprised. I've been on the internet a lot the last couple days over the weekend, looking at all these people are entering.
I'm with you, Lee. I'm with you.
All these people enter in the transfer portal, right?
Yeah.
They make announcements. I got two grievances with the transfer portal. Number one, not all of them are breaking news, guys. On Twitter, I don't need a breaking news graphic for the backup quarterback at Kennesaw State. I don't need that. That's not breaking news.
They got a pretty campus.
That's just a guy. That's just a guy entering the portal. That's fine. I don't need a breaking news graphic for that. Put him on a list somewhere. It's fine. Number two grievance with the transfer portal. This one's a little bit more specific. So I don't know if you saw, a lot of quarterbacks entered the transfer portal last Monday after the checks cleared for the last time.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah, I am. You can, guys, when you clip this out, zoom in on me so DB's not associated with this. So there is pretty much every single player from walk-ons we've never heard of to 5-stars that were kicked to the curb like DJ Lagway, like who was reported wanted to come back to Florida, and they're like, nah, we cool. Every single one of those human beings puts out a statement saying, hey, thank you for my time at this previous university. I appreciate the opportunities you provided. I appreciate the millions and millions of dollars you paid me. And I am now looking for a new opportunity. You know who didn't do that? One, Dylan Riola. I don't know if he's not appreciative for the opportunity. I don't know if he's not appreciative for the several $1 million he was paid to be here for the last 2 years. I don't know if he forgot how to use social media. But for somebody who's very active on social media until recently, seemed a little weird that he couldn't even pretend. I mean, listen, he had a whole poem for when he committed. He doesn't have a simple thank you for when he leaves.
A poem?
Do you not remember the poem when he committed? It was the whole thing.
I don't get down like that.
It was, well, he does. That's my point. He does get down like that. He puts a poem on his Instagram to be like, I'm coming to Nebraska. When he leaves Nebraska, he leaks it to Pete Thamel or Nakos or whoever it was. That's Nakos, not Narcos. That's a different thing.
Great show.
But he sits there and he goes, radio silence. We're just going to let people know I'm out of here. No, thank you. No. What's that line for? No good for nothing. No, thank you. No, appreciate my time here. Did he not make any friends? Not a single one? Is that what I'm led to believe? Did he not? He told me or not me personally. He told us over and over again, oh, hey, really close with Coach Rhule. Really appreciate everything there. We can't say a word. We can't say there's nothing. We got nothing there. Not a word. That's my grievance. Have some level of self-awareness to be like, hey, maybe this didn't go how I wanted it to. It's possible I was part of that equation. Maybe. But thank you for this opportunity to have worn the red N on the side of my helmet. I thought it meant a lot to him. He told me he cried the first time he came out of the tunnel, so I thought it would have meant a lot to him. But apparently not that much. Not grateful. All right.
What if he waits till he gets his landing spot?
I'm just saying that's not typically how it's done. By literally every other person in the portal.
You mad?
Well, it's the airing of grievances. Yes, I am mad.
You mad?
Do you have one you'd like to share?
Hey, it's a secret. Mine are so petty.
Yes, because mine is not petty.
Do you know what I hate?
What's that?
I hate the pull-ahead guy in parking lots.
What do you mean?
Grocery stores.
Pull ahead how? Like
when you come out of the wrong way that you're supposed to go, like it's somebody else's fault.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That is the
worst.
But it's no worse than why do you people walk in the middle of a parking lot aisle?
Like down the...
Yes.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, pick a side, man. We're trying to get by you.
I don't understand. Is it just me?
No, I understand.
I planned on not having any grievances.
I understand totally.
It is wild to me how people walk in the middle, and then the pull ahead person wants the leeway.
Yeah.
If you're wrong,
and then they look
you're
at you
wrong.
like
it
you're
doesn't
crazy.
Matter if you're first. You're wrong.
They look at you like you're crazy. You're like, what are you doing? I'm going the right
I gotta
direction.
get out of your way.
Yeah. What are we doing that for, huh? Speaking of people walking down the middle, you go to Costco a lot, right?
Yeah.
Not a soul in that place has ever walked in public before. I swear to God.
Oh, just the random.
Okay.
Can I stay with that though?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, gals, listen. It's not that hard. Stay to the right. Even if it's on the other side of the aisle. Keep your little funky ass cart over there on the right. And stay on the right side. The diagonal having to cross one another and the middle of a 15-foot wide aisle is inexcusable.
You're not wrong. You're not
Knock
wrong.
it off.
You're not wrong.
It's like the equivalent to going down the wrong way of a one-way and you feeling like you have the right of way.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You are wrong.
Just stay. Oh, excuse me. I know I'm in the way.
Let me get past you here.
Just stay right. Just stay to the right of the person that's going the opposite direction. Not that hard.
I agree.
Not that hard.
That's a good grievance.
It's like these people it's like once you get to a grocery store parking lot, people lose their mind.
Yes.
They walk in the middle. They're pull ahead folks. They want to go the wrong way on the wrong side of an aisle. The best thing about COVID, other than me getting to stay at home intentionally and get to wear a mask where I could hide my ugly faces. That was cool. The arrows in the grocery store.
Hey, you go that way. You go that way.
Because man, the lack of self-awareness. And the carts are gigantic. You could put dead bodies in there.
Yeah.
So, to think you're just going to whip that thing the other way. No, man, just stay to the right. That's it.
Yeah.
And stop walking down the middle of parking lots.
I agree 100%. Shane, do you have a grievance?
I do not. I love everybody. And I can tackle a cart.
He told you that story, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
To save a scratch on his car.
Yeah, I floored that thing.
Rico.
I Wilbur Marshalled that thing. I know that thing was hot yesterday.
Rico, did you have a grievance you'd like to share? You
Can Rico talk?
I mean, I believe so.
Rico, can we hear you, Suave? Yeah.
Rico, we there, bud?
He said, I love everybody.
I love
this
everybody.
Dude is the most antisocial of the bunch.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you're reasonably antisocial. Shane's worse.
You know another one of my grievances?
What's that?
Nah, it's not really a grievance. I do need you to be a better parker, though.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm in. I'm good today. Don't worry about it.
It comes across as selfish.
There's nobody here.
You still can do the right thing. Oh, my God, you sound like Mike. What are you, 10?
Why are you guys arguing so much?
There's nobody here.
Is that Suave? I feel like there's a voice from God.
Why are you guys arguing so much?
Are you Morgan, Rico, Suave, Freeman?
No, he's the one trying to tell you.
Hello, Damon. I'm here to tell you that you should stop leaving your food on the counter. Please refrigerate your meat. A message from God.
Again. Blown way out of proportion.
Rico, what's your grievance?
I have a question. Suave, before you get busy, can I ask you a question?
Sure, why not?
All right, so you get a to-go thing, right? You bring it home. You don't you just set it on the counter. Have you eaten out of there the next day?
I have never just sat food on the counter and then eaten from it.
You guys are not telling the truth.
I put my stuff in the fridge. Like when I bring food back from a restaurant, I make sure I put it in the fridge.
I'm telling you, man, there's no way.
Yeah.
No.
That's what normal people do. They put it in the fridge.
No, it's not.
They put it in the fridge.
I feel like you've rallied the troops. So you've like, oh, what's up, cutie pie? So you guys have like all hunkered down against me. Everybody has come home from a restaurant or cooked and put it on the counter and eaten it the next day.
No. That's not normal. When you have food that was warm or whatever, you put it in the fridge when you get home because you're like, oh, I want to eat that later. I don't want it to go bad.
Yeah, like if it's fettuccine or something weird, like
no, literally anything. Literally anything. I could have a fully cooked steak, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in the fridge.
So how do you bring your steak back to temp, or do you just eat it cold?
If I'm in a rush, I'll throw it in the microwave, and it tastes terrible. But I'll throw it in like the oven.
Okay, that's fine. What about pizza?
Air fryer's been great. Air fryer for pizza, it's been great.
Air fryer's good. Yeah, air fryer's good.
What about pizza?
Air fryer, oven, microwave if I'm in a rush.
So you're putting pizza boxes in the fridge. Your pizza box, clearly you've never been to Pisons. Those pizza boxes can barely.
No, because a pizza box takes up a lot of room. So there's these things called Tupperware containers.
Also, here's the thing.
Or you can wrap it in tinfoil and put that in the fridge.
You got it. I'm a Ziploc bag guy with my pizza.
Yep. That's also great.
If you leave the pizza in the box, even if you put it in the fridge, the air gets to it. It gets gross. You got to zip that thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap that thing up.
You
keep that thing away from the elements.
Hostess Little Debbie snack cakes, and you're talking about air freshness and quality?
Yeah, those are shelf stable. Come on, man. What are we talking about here?
Watch yourself, Damon.
Shelf.
Hey,
stable.
Who just bashed me over a hand pie over fresh pie? Like, it's the warm fruit phenomenon. I would eat a cold apple pie, but I would take the fat part of that crust off and the top. I would eat the soggy bottom of the crust and the apples.
DB, a big soggy bottom guy. Rico.
Well, how are you supposed to keep it crisp?
He missed it. It's fine.
No, I didn't. Listen, as an apple bottom guy, I know about soggy bottoms.
Big jeans guy, huh?
I love jeans.
Damon, there's a child here.
I have 2 pair.
What is that, KJ?
Yeah, it is KJ. He can't hear you guys. I have you on my headphones.
No, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure I got the names right. I'm working really hard at it.
Yeah, because I'm sure in probably 10 seconds or less, Robbie will drop an expletive, and I don't want KJ traumatized.
No, I never swear on the air. Mom listens sometimes, so I try and avoid it.
He was down here when you guys were talking to Michael ROSE-IVEY, and he saw the picture, and he goes, "Dad, he played football. He was the greatest." And I go, "Was he? Okay." I'll make sure I let him know.
You tell him.
The real 15.
You tell him, all right, what's up?
I happened to be at what are the odds that I was at the practice? You know how he tore his ACL, Suave?
Mm-hmm.
Covering kickoffs. Non-contact.
I
said, oh, shoot, sniper. And then it wasn't funny because he didn't get up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I felt
this where somebody falls, you're like, oh, you got. And then you're like, please get up. I can't.
Yeah,
I said it out loud.
You're like, no, he actually did get got.
I said that loud. Everyone heard me.
Rico, I have another. Are you a speakerphone out loud guy?
Am I a speakerphone out loud guy? No.
Like walking around in public with
no, I don't do that. First off, I don't need people to hear what I'm talking about. And second, I hate it when people do that. So why would I do that to other people?
Okay.
Lee says, my grievance is being hooked on Ravi's sarcasm and DB's food issues every morning when I should be working.
My work is being forced to listen to both of those, so it's okay.
Wow.
Forced to, really. I mean, you go see if the old place is hiring.
So listen. So Ravi goes yesterday. He's like, "Hey, man," because I go, "Hey, are we working?" I don't ever know the schedule. I'm just supposed to be where I am. And I go, "Hey, is there a show Wednesday?" And Ravi goes, "Nah, we're off." And I was like, "Oh, all right." So then about 3 hours later, total Shane delay. He sends me a text and he goes, "Hey, man, if you want to do a show on Wednesday, just let me know." I did his voice, even though it was text, but I feel like that's how it would have sounded. And I go, "Oh, I said, whatever, you're the boss." Delay.
It was hours. It was hours later.
Dude comes back later on with, "Hey, let's just stick with no show." I was like, What took you so? You made it seem like you were rallying the troops that needed to make it happen.
No, so I asked you first because if you say no, then there's no point in rallying the troops.
Yeah.
Right. So I checked with Austin and Rico to see if that would make it easier with the recorded stuff we had planned and to see if they were available. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't really help us out that much. And I was like, okay, then we'll scrap it.
Well, who dropped the hammer? Austin? He runs the show.
Well, they said it wouldn't be any easier.
Who's they?
Rico and Austin.
Us. The people
I was
in
trying
charge
to
of-
help them
the people
out.
in charge of you two. That's who.
All right. I have to join this because this
Yes.
is getting ridiculous. This is being insane. Also, I'm taking this lower third off because it's
I
cutting
got
my
you.
face off. So we have everything planned. We have been planning this since pre-Thanksgiving. Everything is scheduled out. And then Ravi, 2 days before we start our holiday break, just goes, what if we change everything?
Hold on.
That is super helpful. Thank
Hold
you
on.
very much. Yes,
Hold
that
on.
would be super great to do. Thank you,
Yeah, that would
Ravi.
be so. That'd be
And
so much
also,
easier on us.
notably, Ravi, I don't know if you remember, but I told you I was out on Monday, and yet here we are getting all these messages about, oh, hey,
hold on.
what if we change the schedule here?
Hold
you know,
on.
it'd be great if we did this. What
Nope.
if we record this instead? And
Hey,
I have to step away from my family Christmas on a
Yeah,
Monday
Ravi.
in Kearney, Nebraska,
Hey,
and
Ravi.
there's Ravi once again in my life,
Here,
just appearing.
let me more context is needed here. Number one, the reason I asked was because, yes, we had this all planned out, but we were struggling with the timing of one last recording. And so I thought, hey, if we do another live show, that would preempt the need for an additional recording. I was trying to help. And my context was, is that helpful to you guys or not? You said no. I immediately dropped it. Okay. Number two, you said your phone would be off. So I thought it would be fine to message the group. You said my phone will be off. So I was like, okay, I'm going to text the Rico and Austin group chat.
Then why include me? Why put me in the group chat?
So
Why would
listen,
you text a group chat that has me in it?
Listen,
just texted
because
me.
I was about to explain that. You said your phone was off, so I did not think it was bothering you. And number one. Number two, you frequently go on Do Not Disturb, so like you don't get the notifications anyway. Number three, I wanted you to have all the information.
Wait, you put your phone on Do Not Disturb?
All
It's
the
always
time.
on D&D. It's always on D&D.
All the time he does. So third,
too popular.
I
Why?
wanted to make
Because Ravi just wants to text Austin all the time. I don't
I
understand it.
wanted
Like, don't other people need you?
No.
I
I literally have you two
sensation.
as the only
I
people who
want to
ever
put my
want to
life
meet
on
you.
D&D.
I wanted to make sure that you were aware of whatever we had discussed when you turned your phone back on. You said your phone would be off, which means the messages shouldn't get through. That's a you problem.
So you're telling me that the person who planned all of this out and sent you multiple updated schedules of it, when we talked and discussed it, you decided, hey, I don't think he needs to be included on the plans, and I'm just going to change the plans.
I asked what the plan. I asked if that would be helpful to change the plans. I asked if it would be helpful. You said no. I dropped it immediately.
I don't like this, but I'm kind of rocking with Ravi here.
No,
that's insane.
That's
That is
crazy.
insane. And hold on, we're missing a huge piece of this.
Can I
where
just
he's
say
talking
this
about
and then
no,
say
he-
if I- can
he's
I just
talking
say
about
this?
rescheduling all
No,
this
Damon,
other
you
stuff.
can't.
Literally, I was in his office last week and I said, hey, we should plan to record it on this day because I will be in during the break doing other stuff. We should record it this day. And he goes, great, I'll put it on my calendar right now. He puts it on his calendar and no one else's. Doesn't put it on mine, doesn't put it anywhere else. And that just disappeared. And I went, okay, I guess I'm just planning on it being that day.
so-
And then I
so
got
what-
the message yesterday about it. This
So
is my
what-
airing of grievances, by the way.
So what if this happens? I feel like I feel like we're an old married couple. What if he's just suggestive
old.
hinting for an idea, but is not committed? He's just trying to get a feel.
The worst part of this, and like
That's
the
what
one
happened
that would have solved all these issues, is Robbie, just text me. You didn't
Okay.
have to include Austin. Like that's the main issue here.
Okay,
And I
but
know
listen.
you wanted to include. No, hold on. Let me talk.
All right.
It's my turn. The thing is, if you didn't need to include him because he knew it was happening, and I could have texted him today. We could have let him know today, hey, this is going to happen. Yesterday, he was day off. He was not doing anything. He was with family. You could have just messaged me. We could have gone through the whole thing and then let him know today.
Rico,
All right, I'm gonna go rapid
did he or
fire.
did he not say did he or did he not say that his phone would be off?
Ravi,
Did he or did he not say his phone would be off?
Yeah, he did. But Ravi,
okay, that's done then.
Do you
I'm
know?
sorry.
Do
So
you
if-
know your producer? Do you
Yeah.
know your producer?
And also, hey, sorry that if my boss texts me, I feel the need to be able to be appreciative and try to help him out a little bit. But I mean,
the
Like, do
victim.
you know? Austin, his phone is not off. His phone is never off.
sorry,
The man works-
Rico and I
the man
work in
works
such
all
an
the time.
environment that we're so terrified to lose our jobs.
Go
We
ahead.
don't turn our phone off whenever they
Exactly.
text us.
My
Our
phone's
bad.
never
I
off.
just
All
want to
right, always
go.
next
I
to me.
just want to go round robin.
All right.
If Shane, you're included because you always wear a hat. If any of you could trade places with anybody else's hair, because you guys have your own unique styles going. This is classic. Suave's all trimmed up. Jimmy Neutron is in rare form. This dude's hair stays buttered like you wouldn't believe. Look at this guy. Would anybody trade places with anybody with their hair?
I want KJ's.
Okay. I would probably take KJ's too.
Yeah, I want the curls.
I would take Rico's.
Why?
I like mine.
Because when I
That's the most Rico answer
because
ever.
I told you this when I was a kid, and then we can go to break, and I know we got to get to BC. I feel like we got a lot off our chest here. I think this was productive.
And really,
Also,
I didn't get to do anything.
we might have some time at the end, Rico, if you want to hop back.
Oh
in.
my gosh! Again with this time at the end. You know what time at the end leads to?
10-10.
Haircuts.
We got to no. So
graphic graveyard.
When I was a kid, I told my mom that I wanted a fro, and she had to have a very difficult conversation with me. That just because I was brown didn't mean I could have the same kind of hair as the other brown people.
We had dreads on the Sydney High football team all over the place.
No, wait, who's we? You got to turn.
Honey,
Who's
you're brown, but you're not that brown.
Yeah, I was the wrong brown for the fro, and so she had to have a really hard conversation with her. I was like, "Mom, can I have hair like that?" She's like, "What do you want for your haircut?" I was like, "I want one of those," and she's like, "Nah."
Do you know what a hot comb is?
That's not gonna work.
Never mind.
Not really. So yeah, I would. I'd take Rico's hair because then I could grow out a fro, and my lifelong dream would be accomplished. Also, go Pop-Tart Bowl. You have to go. Don't chicken out already.
I'm gonna go next year.
That's fine. You have to go next year. Don't
Okay.
chicken out.
I want them to send me like a care package and all that stuff. It'd be great.
We'll work on that. We got a year. We've got Brian Christopherson coming up next.
Rico act like the oldest.
I don't know. It's because he got 3 kids. It ages you. Rico, hold on to your grievance. We'll get to it at the end of the show. We'll be right back with Brian Christopherson.
Edwards Ram and Jeep brings the Wrap Up the Year sales event to Village Point and Council Bluffs. Lease the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4 starting at $199 a month or get $18,000 off MSRP. More to celebrate with lease deals under $200 a month. Lease the 2026 Jeep Compass Limited Altitude 4x4 starting at $169 a month or save $10,000 off MSRP. Unwrap this season's best savings at Edwards Ram and Jeep, Village Point and Council Bluffs.
Yeah, I mean, we had a very specific goal for paint touches in this ball game, and it kind of. I thought maybe we were pressing a little bit once we knew they got into a little bit of foul trouble in the first half in their forward position, and so I thought then we were kind of trying to maybe force that a little bit with a little less movement offensively to try to get to those paint touches, and I thought they were pretty aggressive about showing some double teams and help down in there, and when we finally kind of settled in, made them work a little bit, got pretty good pace in that fourth quarter, then the second half, our paint touches goal was a lot more close to what we were looking for.
At Centros Federal Credit Union, we have the tools and resources to help our members fulfill their financial goals. With a focus on building a stronger community for the next generation of leaders. Credit Union. We are where you are.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined by Brian CHRISTOPHERSON from Husker 24/7. BC, what's going on, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
BC, I'm good, man. I like the vest look. I'm not a great golfer. I can appreciate a good golf brand, but I'm a big sleeveless guy, man. I like it. You're looking sharp.
You walk around with enough Callaway gear on, and people will think you're like a 10 handicap, 8 to 10 handicap when you actually shoot like mid 90s to high 90s most of the time. So that's what I try to do. I'm really a poser, is what the honest truth of it is.
All right, so I have a question. We're airing grievances, and we're very childish. I just listened to the other three kids fight this last segment, but
that's not true. You had a grievance.
So, BC, do you do the grocery shopping, or do you grocery shop? But you pick up food a lot. You're an eat out guy too, right? So do you actually grocery shop?
Yeah, I do, but I don't make a lot of food. I eat out too much, but I'm going to try to change that in 26. Probably won't, but I'm going to talk like I'm going to right now.
Don't change who you are, BC. It's okay.
So which one bugs you more? People that can't stay to the right in grocery shopping aisles, or people that walk down the middle of parking lots to get to the vehicles?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Is that not the worst?
Yes, it is. Also, I hate to say this. I think it's a little bit of a generational thing. Crosswalks is the same sort of thing you're talking about. There's some people when they're going across a crosswalk who, like, they don't have a care in the world. They drag their feet. I get that they have the right to go and we're waiting to make our turn as a vehicle, but I cannot stand it. But back in my day, used to do the pep rally jog is what I would call it. Like, you know, you get announced for the soccer team, like me, and you do a little shuffle out there to get out to mid-court, unless you're like the freaking man, like you were, Damon. You probably could just walk out.
No, man, I was a shuffler. I'm moving.
It's like when somebody's holding the door for you and you like the fake jog to be like, I'm hurrying. I appreciate it, you know?
Or
yeah.
Yeah,
you're putting on the show for them to be like, listen, I see you, I appreciate you.
But they know you're talking about the people that once they know you're waiting, it seems like they even go slower.
Yeah, with the crosswalk, with the buds in, they don't care at all.
Just looking around.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm surprised those people don't get hit more, because some people, like on the crosswalk, it's like they don't. A lot of people are pretty reckless out there driving nowadays, and it's like they don't even consider someone. I'm always like head on a swivel, like I'm on special teams, like I could get hit here on this crosswalk and you're paying attention. People just don't care about that anymore. I don't think it's generational, as I said at the beginning. I shouldn't have said that, because I always hate putting that stuff in on younger people, but it is that's a grind my gears thing for sure. And what you're talking about fits right in with that. Just middle of the parking lot.
It happens at sporting events a ton.
Yeah, there's not a lot of awareness, you know, out there with it. It does. When you're going into the PBA, there's a lot of just sort of people kind of look to their left and right. They don't move, and you kind of get stopped and start. So that is a problem. We're supposed to do this, right? We're supposed to get irritated about things. It's Festivus or whatever.
Yeah. Do you have any further grievances you'd like to air?
Pretty much everything on the interstate. Every time I drive my wife to Union Pacific, I
thought you were going to say the internet, and I was like, me too, brother. Me too.
That's true. I do a good job about ignoring the comments on the internet, so I don't see a lot of what's out there. But driving on the interstate has become reckless. There's people. I'm not a speeder by too much, but there's people that go like will go 77 in the left lane when you're going to work. When I'm bringing my wife into Omaha, it's like you don't belong in this lane, pal. You need to scoot it on over. And then there's people who take it to the extreme, where they're coming up fast behind you. And I don't get why people now, when they pass to their left of you, have to do it like they're at the Daytona 500, where they go like right off your back bumper, and they like, you know, you have space to get into the left lane and not go right up against my rear like that. That's going to be a drop. That stupid.
Cut it, Shane.
Just don't get right up on the left of BC's rear end, okay? Knock it off, all right?
You knew it when sometimes when you say it, it's like, crap.
Oh, believe me, daily for you. I stepped in it again this morning. But it's the whole left passing lane thing is a curious phenomenon for me because the people that are like going 76 in the left, and I just learned this because your boy coincidentally just took a stop class. like technically, you're not supposed to speed up to be able to change lanes to pass vehicles, but the left lane is the through lane. Are you not surprised that people actually get mad at you when you're wanting to pass in the left lane, like you're bugging them? Like you could just easily scoot over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not actively passing, you should not be in the left lane.
Right. Pass on the left, get back over. Now, if you're going with the flow of traffic some days and you're going like 81, and again, I'm not promoting speeding, but that's pretty common, like 81 in the 75, and you're not slowing anybody down, I don't mind hanging out in the left lane a while. But yeah, there's some people who it's like they don't know that the left lane is for passing. That's what I always wonder. It's like, do these people not learn this? Did they stop teaching this at some point? But hopefully it's understood what I'm talking about. It's like if you're in the middle of 3 lanes and say you're going like 80 miles an hour, there's people who are going like 85 who come up right behind you. And instead of, going to the left lane, like 75 yards back, they wait until they're like 10 to 15 yards behind you. And then they make this dramatic Earnhardt move to the left. I don't get it. So yeah, I have some grievances on the road. If it seems like I'm probably a hothead who has extended the bird once or twice, it's probably true.
Oh, BC, what you got to do, this is way more fun than giving people the bird, is when they do something stupid, give them a big thumbs up.
Or smile, yeah.
And they get so mad. It's the most passive-aggressive thing you can do. It's just be like, good job, bud.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that once thought about making like 4 or 5 just different signs. And just putting it on the window, like hang up and drive, or if I pass you on your right, you're an idiot, or, it's like
my favorites when
left lane is through lane.
My favorites when I'm going, like you said, like let's say we're in like a 75 and I'm going 80, 81, right? DB knows I don't usually go more than about 5 over.
Oh, listen, my man is a perfectly right 90-degree angle turner too. It is so annoying. It's like,
oh, sorry, I'm a safe quality driver. My bad. But I don't ride in the left lane when I'm not supposed to. But when people will I'm going, 5 miles over the speed limit in like a middle lane, like you're talking about, and then they'll look at me and get mad at me for not speeding faster when there's open lanes all around them for them to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Then they're about to get a big old thumbs up. They'll be like, good job, bud. Proud of you.
That's childish.
The most glorious thing.
You gotta get out. You gotta get out as far as possible.
Yeah.
Jim Duggan?
It's more passive aggressive the further you stick your arm out. I think I've decided, because you're just like whatever. But if you're like, that's way douchier, right? Like,
the funny thing is we're talking like we're the experts on the road. We've probably like accidentally like done this to each other. Like you've probably given me like a thumbs up and not even known it.
Oh my God, that was BC.
Yeah, I'm in an electric blue Toyota RAV 2018. If you ever see one of those, just hesitate a little bit because it could be me. The most glorious thing is when someone is reckless and they go fast ahead of you and you end up at the same light.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll
do you one better. I'm heading south on 84 towards Platteview Road for my stop class on Sunday. And it's a two-laner, BC. There's like these Columbia Kill baseball fields and stuff over there. And this I was gonna say mom SUV. That's probably it wasn't even a mom. Just gave me mom SUV vibe.
Soccer mom car. Right?
I got you.
I get blown by, right? And he gets over and he's like 2 cars in front of me, and this white pickup truck in front of him isn't really happy. So he's going really slow at the 4-way in front of the Sarpy County place. Don't you know he and I were going to the exact same place? So my man gets out, and there were some clear cultural differences. And we're walking in together, and he go, wait.
And he goes, "Hey, sorry about that. That's pretty basic." He goes, "Hey, sorry about that. I was in a hurry." And I was like, "Oh man, it's no problem, man." But it was the perfect example of, I'm not gonna stop.
You almost into the bye.
Not doing
different one.
He's just very basic.
The one time I keep my emotions in check, and for good reason, is when I'm going to church on Sunday. Like just because you're going to church, but also like there's always that chance that somebody that's like a pew behind you that you get into it with.
Those are the people on Twitter. It's like they're like, "Hey, you're an idiot, stupid, dumb hot take," and then you look at their profile and it's like, "Loves the Lord."
Yeah.
Like it's usually worse than that too. It's like you're a bleepity bleeping piece of bleep, and then I click their profile and it's like Christ follower.
Yeah.
I'm like, got you, homie. Appreciate that. I would argue though, BC, on the way to church where you can ask for forgiveness is the best time to act out.
I think it's more so
I
that
got this. I got a mulligan.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm getting this cleaned up right here in a second, so we're cool.
I think it's more so that you were, and I also worry sometimes I get so ticked off that it's going to be like a 82-year-old grandma, and like don't you feel a little guilt if you were like really wrecked about something they did?
No,
no, you don't. I
no.
do.
When I see it's somebody that shouldn't be driving, probably I'm like, get off the road, homie.
Get off the road. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I have no mercy.
Tough crowd.
Get out of here. I mean, it makes me feel better that there's a reason why they're driving stupid. Because it's like they're 80, they're terrified, like everything's moving too fast. I get it.
Hey, my mom's 82.
My dad's 80. Like it is what it is. We don't let him drive anymore. Like it is like wow.
All right.
But like
Mama Benning out on Ravi.
I feel
she doesn't go 45, so she's fine.
I feel like it's like if there's at least there's a reason where you're like, yeah, they're old. I get it. That's why they're driving like that. When it's like a normal person, that makes it worse. I'm just like, come on, man.
Hey, BC, let me ask you something. What's the budget for 2 quarterbacks versus 3 versus anything more?
Oh, I don't know.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is.
It's probably 3 QBs now, right?
Yeah, you got to definitely layer your QB portal additions. You got to bring in someone who can compete, and then I don't know. You got to convince someone. Marcos Davila was like the perfect sort of guy on paper last cycle to bring in. So you're almost looking for like another version of him to add to that. But yeah, that does get interesting with 2 or 3 additions. That there's no choice but to go that way. I don't know what the budget is, but Pat Stewart's got a lot on his plate. But that's what he signed up for, and I know they've been working at this behind the scenes since he got here. So
for a while.
I bet they've played out every scenario that could happen, and that's what you're hoping, at least, because right now they've got to figure out how to do that.
What would the profiles be? Let's say you're bringing in 3 quarterbacks. You mentioned you probably want one like a Marcos Davila type, so you're talking, probably a former reasonably highly recruited guy that's got some talent that maybe is a year or 2 away that you're looking at developing as a backup. You're looking probably at a guy you think can compete with TJ as a starter right away.
Yep.
And then you're looking for probably a Jalen Gramstad type. Where you're like,
you're looking for exactly what you had last year, aren't you? Kind of. I mean, isn't that the template? Like now, maybe you could debate. I don't know how much Marcos Davila developed behind the scenes or didn't, like where he was at. But just
that was
like
the goal, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
just going into it, what they did last year was like the perfect setup, and so that's what you're trying to pull off. Like maybe there's a lower level like Gramstad out there who's got some wisdom, who can help the room. The thing is, you got to convince these guys to be a part of that for guys who want to play, and they're going to understand like there's one football and there's 4 of us, but it's not the easiest thing to navigate probably. But you can do it, especially if you finance it right. You can make it a pretty attractive thing to somebody, and you just tell everybody, "Hey, come in and compete. We'll give you the crack at it." Like, I mean, you've got your chance if you think you're that guy. Come to Nebraska and show it.
Of the initial kind of talking blurbs, we've seen a couple on Sports Nightly. A couple have taken the podium officially. Who's the most intriguing for what Nebraska needs right now?
Of the coaches?
Please, yes.
I'm really the whole Jeep Wade Lonnie Teasley things got my needle up. I just think, when you heard Rhule talk about like how Jeep Wade got here and he's already working on like the counter stuff, like he's already drawing things up, and him and Lonnie are tied at the hip, and they had more of a connection than I actually realized, those two together. And so they put a lot of resources into how much they're paying those two guys to get that thing right. Jeep Wade, just when you look at his recruiting background, the fact that he in a cycle ago, they took a 4-star and like a 5-star that Florida State thought they had, and they ended up flipping them to Georgia Tech. He's been very impressive with that. Lonnie Teasley was one of the most highly regarded O-line recruiters in the SEC. And so I think that combination and just like how that relates to everything is, you heard Rhule talk about the counter stuff, but also like, yeah, Georgia Tech had a Haynes King type quarterback. He kind of threw that in there. Maybe that's the direction you want to go. I just felt like when Rhule was talking about Jeep Wade, for people who say, what's the identity? Or I thought he was laying out the identity they're kind of looking for going forward as a program. And a lot of it connects to that O-line hire.
BC, I keep asking people this question, and I don't know if there's a specific answer I'm looking for, or if I'm just looking to be validated, or if I'm actually just curious. So just so you know, that's where I'm coming from. Are you expecting to see a certain level of difference in the O-line group or the defense based on just a mentality change as opposed to necessarily like a actual schematic change in the 4 weeks that they'll have been with these guys since the bowl, between the end of the regular season and the bowl game?
I think it's possible. It's not easy, but I do think when you hear like Riley Van Poppel talk about how it just looked different when Rhule got in there, and sort of the juice that was behind that group, I think there's a lot of guys right now that know this is their time to prove themselves, and they've got fresh eyes on them, obviously, with Rob Orich and Roy Manning around. There should be plenty of motivation for this game from Nebraska's side. And I think I said it last week, when Phil Snow had that comment about how sometimes we weren't even getting the calls, like in those last couple of games, that was obviously like a sort of a depressing thing to think about, like in late November that was happening. If you want to flip it on its head, you're like, well, if Snow and those guys can get people at least dialed in where they're on the same page pre-snap, maybe we do see a different level to that defense. Obviously, the competition is stiff this New Year's Eve. But, Utah's without 2 of their best linemen. And what I want to see is Nebraska cause a little havoc, make a couple TFLs, have a couple plays where they put Utah in a 3rd and 8 type situation and see if you can get off the field there. So they got to win on first down a lot more than they did at some points in the regular season. But I do think there is something to be said just for just that energy and sort of that second wind you sometimes get when somebody new is around you, and that can push guys to play at a better level. So we'll see.
BC, if Nebraska is going to be as competitive as they think they can be or want to be in this one, and the fan wants to see it, even though there is zero confidence in this bowl game, which is, it's given me early 90s, late 80s vibes heading into this one. But does Nebraska do it controlling the ball, or do they do it slowing down the run?
A little bit of both, but I think I'd go to slowing down the run first and foremost. If this defense can, back to Ravi's question, sort of find a different level, and in the few weeks they've had, it shows that sort of the coaching tweaks and sort of the way they've went about things has helped them get more confidence to just play faster. I do think that can make a big difference. And I don't discount Utah's 2 O-line switches, the 2 opt-outs they have. I mean, that's a award-winning guy that's not on the field for them. I know McCullough's not playing for Nebraska, but honestly, there was sort of a trend towards seeing like what Dylan Rogers and some of those guys can do anyway. And so, I give Nebraska a fighting shot to be in this game a lot more than people think they do. I think it's going to be more of a 4-quarter game than some, because I think so often bowl games are about motivation. And I know there's the going thought that Utah is just going to be absolutely jacked up for Kyle Whittingham's last game. I do think they'll have some juice, but that's sort of a weird situation that happened there too. So I don't know exactly how they're
he's
gonna...
not doing himself any favors too with.
I agree, man. That situation is weird.
Comments, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, there was the initial thought like, oh man, Utah's going to come out and just punch, because of this whole thing. And the more you hear about it, it could be a little awkward there. But I do think it's a game with two teams that have something to play for. But I think Nebraska, on paper, is going to be one of those teams that, Utah could look at and be like, we'll look at their numbers, we'll have our way. And if Nebraska comes out sort of like Minnesota did to Nebraska in that game, where Nebraska, I think, honestly went into it thinking we're a level ahead of these guys, and they didn't have the same mustard you got to have to win a football game like that. And Minnesota took it to them. That you could pull the other, you could do that to someone else now. That's the opportunity.
That is our guy, BC. Brian, hope you have a Merry Christmas.
I'm interested what Shane or whomever titles this segment. Just Damon goes to stop class or something. Get people to click on it.
That's gonna be on our guy Austin. That's
all right.
That's his job.
And Jimmy Neutron is a little bitter right now, so it may be something not very nice.
All right. Merry Christmas, guys.
We'll see you, BC. You too.
See you later.
We appreciate you as always.
Did you like my picture? You can decide whom is who in that picture.
In which one?
Social media.
I think I saw that. I might have laughed at it while we were talking to.
So I there's definitely a Rico guy. There's definitely an Austin guy, and I mean, little different. You ever have red hair before?
No, never.
Kind of reminded me of the top though. It's giving me
never had red hair.
No. Right.
Also, I don't know was that a dog? Is that a robot? What is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So who's that? Is that Shane?
Jimmy Neutron builds things.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Jimmy
Neutron is extremely
not a Jimmy Neutron guy.
Yeah,
that's not really up my alley. I don't know if you know that.
Well, it's very kid friendly.
Yeah, it's not really my jam.
I'm sorry,
Rico. Do you want a couple minutes to air your grievance?
What's my mom said KJ is so cute.
Rico, you coming back here, bud?
No, you might not.
Anybody?
No, Bueller.
Rico.
Bueller.
Hi,
bud. Would you like to air a grievance?
I don't know. I have feelings.
Well, go ahead, bud.
Aw.
It's a pretty recent grievance. Based on my Pop-Tarts Bowl tweet.
Go ahead.
And I just want people to.
So context: if people don't follow you on social media, you had a tweet saying that if you get 1,600 likes, your wife will let you go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl next year.
Yeah. Well, at first she said like 2,500, and I was like, or 25,000. I was like, I've never gotten more than like 200, so that's not going to happen. Turns out it happened, and then some. But it's not in a marriage. It's not asking for permission to go to a bowl game or anything like that. It was a funny tweet, and people need to stop attacking other people over things that they don't know. Like, just relax. It's not that serious.
Dude, it's a mean place.
I'm just saying, Rico.
Social media is really fun, and it can have its benefits, but also, like, you don't have to take it. Like, it's not, life or death. It's not that serious, guys. Chill out.
Rico, the internet is the only thing that's real. I hope you know that.
I mean, the internet's never lied to me, so.
But you do have to go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl next year. I just want you to know that.
I'm gonna try, but like I said,
we'll make it happen. We'll figure it out.
If it interferes with Christmas, it can't happen.
At least you're wanted. Like, that's a start. Sometimes you get to be gone so much for holidays, it's just like a non-starter. He's never here anyway.
And whose fault is that?
Yeah, listen, man. We should have stopped winning.
I'll say it's Nebraska's fault. They're making 2 straight bowl games.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Are you saying you want them to go back to what they were doing?
No.
You just need to make better bowl games so they're not on Christmas, because you go like 19th and the 31st.
So last year Christmas was in New York. This year we leave right after Christmas, but you have to have luggage drop off on Christmas. So we're gonna have.
So you want them to not have to play on Christmas, but play on New Year's.
Total first world problems, Rico. I want it all.
I know. I mean, look, man, I wish I could, go to Vegas, all expenses paid. Like, it'd be great.
Wow.
I wish I could go to New York and not have to worry about anything and just kind of go watch football, talk about some football. But it's all good.
The sarcasm.
And DB's just like, oh, it's too long to be in Vegas. It's too long to be in Vegas.
It is actually
it's too long to be in Vegas.
I mean, it's not like you'll be driving anyways.
That's true.
There you go.
My walk game, right?
Rico, is that all? Is that all you had?
Ravi, be better.
At what? What did I do?
Just be better.
What did I do?
That's it.
That seems unnecessarily mean. I like
okay to say something positive.
Yeah, it's okay to say something positive, Rico.
Oh boy.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
All right, buddy.
It's not really
filthy animals.
If you don't tell me how to be better. Like,
that's one of the best lines in that movie.
Oh, for sure. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. That's the show for today and for the rest of the year. We will be we've got recorded content for you. Austin and Rico worked very hard on that. Appreciate them doing that. Appreciate you guys. I just want to say thank you for all the support throughout the year. We will have a live pre- and post-game show on New Year's Eve for the bowl game. Otherwise, we will be back on January 5th with our regularly scheduled programming, assuming that DB comes back from Vegas.
I'll be back, I think.
It's the I think that concerns me a little.
I'll be back.
That is the show for today. Bye, guys. Thanks for all you do. All right, Austin. See ya. That's the show for today. DB, have a Merry Christmas. Happy Festivus.
You too.
Shane, Merry Christmas. We'll see you next year.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Shane.
Yeah.
What's your go-to protein on Christmas?
I'm not sure what the family members are making.
It's just never easy, is it?
No, I mean
we're having ham.
Well, everybody has ham. Who doesn't have ham?
We don't know if you do or not. 'Cause you didn't answer the question.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
That's Thanksgiving, I thought.
Well,
is that specific or no?
I don't know. I feel like Thanksgiving cornered the market on Christmas dinner.
I think Thanksgiving cornered the market on like food holidays, and that's not a good one. Not a good food holiday.
Here we go.
Christmas is a better food holiday.
Turkey hate.
It absolutely, just not great.
So now it's turkey for Thanksgiving, 100%.
I think my mom wants a rib roast and ham.
Oh, that's pretty good. What do you think you're going rib roast for? Your mom's making everything this year?
It's a secret.
Hey, that's a secret.
Exactly.
Quit? Why are you saying what like that?
Just trying to delay so Austin gets so pissed. He's like trying to just go. He just wants to go have a holiday break.
Austin's trying to take it. Listen, I will say, I put this in the chat. Another point in my defense. I did specifically message him on our work Teams platform and not a text message to make sure that it was not interrupting him, even if his phone was on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's all right.
I'm just saying. I feel like I have a really good point here.
He's got that young guy anger.
It's all right. It's good. It'll drive you. It'll fuel you at some point, or it'll be your downfall. We'll find out one way or the other. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll talk to you soon.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.